Okay, then we will pick up where we left off. Bilphus, what was your character's name? Jubatan. The screaming has stopped about a minute ago. The guardsmen look nervously. There's a lamp pack dumped at the top of the little cliff here, and their guns are pointed at it, waiting for anything to appear that would require a brutal reprisal. It's one of them like muttering prayers. The other one's just repeating, aim for the neck and the joints. Aim for the neck, aim for the joints. You know, about what you might expect. They're all pretty freaked out. Spearfishers are usually pretty cold fuckers. They joke around, and they certainly have a sense of self-preservation and laziness. But this is probably the first time you've actually seen them genuinely unnerved. They're holding their discipline, so there's that. You're in charge. What would you like to tell the troops to do? Esther, meanwhile,
I'll tell them to
snack.
stay here while I go investigate.
Alone?
I guess.
Make a willpower roll flat to overcome your fear of what waits. Okay. Well, that's super quiet. Still turn him up further.
I am literally deep-throating this fucker.
Boo has a new mic. So you take a -10 to all tests until your lizard brain is convinced that the scary things are now gone. You may proceed inside. It is quiet. The ghost, which was watching you, seems to have gone. But you can't be sure. Could be hiding in the walls again.
I'll slowly approach.
I guess you got exiled from the living room, right?
Nope.
Okay, so you slowly approach, and up ahead you see a figure lying on the ground. Slowly stepping forward, you recognize the... I think you have... what do you have on, Demi?
I got flak armor on me.
Okay. You recognize the flak armor of the spearfishers and the figure of your doctor, which is on the ground, and there's a long trail in the dust on the floor where he has dragged himself towards the troops.
I'll pick him up and drag him back.
Okay. You briefly come to consciousness as you are picked up and your leg flares with pain, and Jubatan is there dragging you free, telling you that it's gonna be okay. Help isn't far.
Help.
Passes out again.
Relax.
I mean, I have survival if that can help him in any way. It's in the name!
You're gonna... I think Zarkov got pulled free earlier. So...
He did.
The spearfishers start applying first aid to the good doctor. So it's gonna prevent your wounds from being an immediate problem. Provided you can get to a medic in a reasonable time. I think you ended up at something like 7 criticals.
Yeah, I think that was the least one that got me killed.
Yeah,
I think,
well,
yeah, it was a leg thing.
that was the one Yeah, because at 8 you had to roll toughness or die, so I just took it to a level where there was no risk of death, which means you don't please lose the leg. Of course, it's currently useless until you get some serious stapling done.
You're good.
So, if I recall correctly, Esther, you're gonna need to think very carefully after you're done feasting about how you're gonna feed yourself. Because normal food no longer appeals to you.
I am aware.
Is there anything you would wish to do before the help comes? You heard movement in the outer chamber just now, which then moved away.
Let me just read something real quick. Wait. About the mutation.
Okay, you know that makes you super fucking loud when you do lean in like that.
Sorry, I just can't fucking see.
Disgusting. Not only a mutant and a heretic.
Also blind.
Okay. Eventually, the troops having
I mean,
patched.
no, wait. I can feed myself with regular food. It's just regular food no longer feeds my soul.
What page was the mutations on?
No, I'm reading it. 293. It's cannibalistic.
Mm-hmm.
Cannibalistic urge. Blood and marrow become as wine and bread to this character, as normal food no longer sates the hunger of his soul. Because
You're
it would
just
be
missing.
kind of stupid because I earn a corruption point every time I eat, so I would literally die of corruption by just living.
You gain corruption every time you use eating people to gorge yourself and heal faster. No, Boo. Mutations are supposed to be horrible. You already get a freebie with bones blades that only show themselves when you will it.
It's in the writing, though.
You're gonna...
Yeah,
No, that's a poetic way of describing it.
Yes, I get it. I get it.
You're gonna hunt the Underdeck, son. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm guessing it's gonna be something like frenzy.
I mean, gonna let you choke down normal rations, but the hunger is just gonna grow, and the longer you go
Yeah,
without
no,
feeding, you're gonna
that's
start
kind of what
taking
I.
fatigue.
Yeah.
So,
Nah, yeah, kind of. I thought
like,
like a vampire, essentially.
yeah, eventually you're gonna need to eat a person.
Yeah.
Gee, it's lucky that we have so many spearfishers on hand for one.
See, the problem with spearfishers is when they realize someone's hunting them, they're gonna hunt back.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's not the best.
Catch a dude that's fallen asleep on the floor after smoking in a uniform. Reach down to grab him. Shoves a pistol in your face. Surprise, fucker! Squads start pouring out of the side doors.
Ah, good time.
Well, for now, I think because I do have time, I'm just going to collect some. I'm just gonna say French fries. By that, I just mean like fingers and shit. Because hey, come on.
Okay,
When
make
full
me
hunger
a.
hits, I will have to eat a body. Survival check, I'm guessing.
Yeah, give me a survival. And
With what?
this is gonna be intelligence. Because you are looking to quickly gather some things that you can easily preserve for emergencies. And I'm assuming your intelligence isn't too great, so I'll give you a plus 20.
It's higher than my agility. Eat.
Okay. You you use your weapons to cut off the hands and feet and store them on your person.
Beautiful. Do I get like a number or something to know how many rations I have?
Well, currently, in your combat vest, bulging out at natural angles are 4 small bundles, 2 hands, and 2 feet.
I'm just gonna type them as 4 bundles of human flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Palm jerky, yum.
Oh, Well, look, if I cook it and everything, no one's gonna fucking know that it's human. If it doesn't look like it's human.
You're allowed to cook it?
The fuck wouldn't I be allowed to cook meat? Would look weird, so I'm probably gonna like dice it a bit, you know, make some goulash maybe.
Okay.
I hear you like to serve, man.
Some human tendies, you know, humie nuggies.
Pickled punks.
Well, this definitely puts a new meaning on corpse rations. Okay, Jubatan. The 2 that could be rescued, you've taken out. Do you want to go back in?
Then I think we should go back in.
Someone needs to take the survivors up to the surface.
How many of them are there at this point?
There's 7 left. And here's the thing though, you have 2 dudes that need to be carried. And not all of the terrain is exactly smooth going, so it would, if you're carrying 2 wounded through a cave system, even if you're only going a couple of you know, like a dozen levels up, let's say, that's still a fair ways when the system has been decaying for a long time.
So we'd probably need to send 4 of them.
I mean,
So-
4 would be the absolute minimum to eventually make it, but like realistically, you would need all 7 if you want someone to keep a lookout, someone to help over the rough spots, and make a halfway decent pace. Like, you can ask like 2 of them to, or you can just tell them like, you come with me, we're gonna check if there's anyone else left. But like in practical terms, based on how the ground you went over, coming down here, you know, just, it's gonna be hard with people you don't want to jostle any more than you absolutely have to.
Alright. One of you men draw a lot. All of you find it sticks or something amongst your bags that you can cut to various sizes. Whoever pulls the shortest stick is coming with me to go investigate, and then we're going up.
Okay. Yeah, one of them is gonna break a cigarette in half, turn around, put it among 6 other cigarettes, and offer it to the party. The guy that draws the shortest one just looks at it for a second, sighs, pulls out a smoke, lights it, takes a deep drag, reaches into his combat vest, pulls out a non-regulation flask that he's not supposed to have on duty, and just goes glug glug glug.
Congratulations, son. You get 6 extra halves of a glows.
He just takes another deep drag. Let's just fucking go.
Yeah, that's...
So luckily, all this fearful pussyfooting around has allowed you to store away your snacks. And Jubaten, roll me an awareness. This is with that -10 for fear. There's just a little bit of light coming from in here and a little bit here.
Better than -10.
You don't have it trained.
He does.
And you rolled a 76. So that's
Yep.
8 degrees of failure. There is a huge, monstrous figure up ahead.
I'm about to be singed.
When it sees you approach, it pushes itself up to its full 7 feet of height with a giant, what was it, battle axe?
Yeah, battle axe.
You hear it scrape across the ground. You're half panicked as is, so you don't make the connection that, hey, that might be Esther. He had an axe like that. It's just some horrifying, huge giant from below the ground.
What the fuck is that?
Okay, now let's see if Spearfisher Trooper does any better. Well, first of all, willpower. Yep, takes a -10. Okay, you see your friends. Or well, a trooper and presumably a friend. The trooper is pointing a long glass at you. You there. Step towards the light. Step back. Let us see you.
It's me, the big boy. Okay, I'll just step back into the light, being like, okay, it's me. The thing's dead. It's dead.
What the fuck happened? What was all that noise?
Well, there may or may not be one more demon lurking, or one more
I mean,
creature lurking around.
you wouldn't even
No,
remember that much.
No,
You
I would remember just a second one. I wouldn't remember exactly what happened because I was in frenzy. I would just kind of remember another one appearing.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of disjointed, but no, he does. I'm gonna say he
Yeah.
does remember roughly what happened.
Okay.
Yeah. And the creatures fought, as far as I know, and one just, when I came to, the other one wasn't there anymore, and this one was. I do remember the big me-looking one being on the ground and swinging from above, and then I just came to with alone.
What do
Trooper is
you
just
mean
gonna
it's
whisper.
dead?
Are you sure that's him? Are you sure that's him?
It definitely looks like him.
Well, I mean, just there's a corpse right here.
There isn't a corpse. It has melted into a giant puddle of filth.
Yeah, true. There's like that puddle right there. I think that's it.
What did this thing look like?
The thing that appeared.
Any of it. What the fuck melts into a puddle?
Oh yeah, out of character, he ran out before he can see anything.
Also, he knows nothing of demons.
No, true, but if he saw it at least, he would have guessed that it was the thing that looked like it was about to melt into goo.
Yes.
Well, one looked the one that's dead, I assume, looked a lot like, well, a lot like me, just smelled worse somehow.
That's just helping your case.
I know, but I don't know that. And the one that appeared, I remember. I feel like I remember a lot of limbs. Just everything flying everywhere.
Huh.
He's not making any sense. Are you sure that's him?
Yeah. He sounds as crazy as normal, don't worry.
Throws you a worried glance.
So, where are the
I
others?
mean, you saw what we have to put up with. Those three almost got us all killed.
Okay, what about the others? Is anyone else still alive there?
As far as I can see now.
He's gonna activate his microbeat. The other acolyte is still alive. We're gonna come out, but just watch him. There's something off about him. He says that while looking you straight in the eye.
Oh, that's fair, that's fair.
Okay. So they allow you to come with them, keeping a healthy distance.
That won't be too hard because I probably can't catch up anyway.
Mm-hmm. On the way out, you realize that there's always two of them who are keeping you in their line of sight with their rifles at their chests. Not pointed at you, but not far from it, just in case. And you make your way back up to the civilized locations. Okay, Demi, Jackalor, decide among yourselves who wants to roll for bugs and who wants to roll for weather.
I'll do weather.
Okay. Do I roll them? Roll that is.
Bugs. 1d100 to see how well the Mechanicum are doing dealing with bugs.
No. Oh god, it's worse.
Oh
Okay. So, let's see. Everyone, as you come upstairs, you realize that the outer area has been sealed as well as it can be, as hermetically as it can be. And roll me 1d5 for non-trivial radiation exposure. And once you do, add that many radiation points to your current tally. Some of the dust got in the wound, Demi.
nice. Do we roll for the troopers as well?
It's assumed that unless it's really horrible, we're just gonna abstract it.
Yeah, fair.
Eventually they'll start suffering effectively.
Yeah.
For now.
So,
Roll,
what happened with the bugs?
Roll 1d5 first and determine how much radiation points you're taking and how the level of 3.6 Rongen is proceeding. Good. How high are you now? 7?
Yeah, I think so. I had 2 last time.
Yeah, just make sure you keep a note on it and inform me if you ever pass a 10's threshold. Okay. The both of you come to a little while later. So, each of you roll for yourselves This is critical wound, so it's normally minus 20 for first aid, right? So roll 1d100. The Mechanicum have Medicae, Mechadendrites, and basic medkits. So you're effectively rolling versus a 40 to see if you get any wounds that are instantly improved.
Jackal, are you first?
Mm-hmm.
I rolled.
Oh,
As everyone should.
Okay. I think on criticals you just end up healing 1 with first aid. But we should check. Either way, you come to in one of the reclaimed staff barracks, which has been turned into a makeshift hospice, and you're not alone here. You see at least a dozen people here, including 2 who are in tattered red robes of Mars. The rest are spearfishers. There is a... There's a couple of spearfishers here, just keeping an eye on everyone, and just like a single Magos that comes in and starts checking on people shortly after you wake.
feeling the pain all around me.
Oh no, the pain is actually not there. You're feeling pleasantly dreamy, like you're floating.
But at least realizing that I'm in a hospital and presumably knowing what happened a bit before.
You
I don't
just
wanna
remember
do-
the sword descending towards the leg you had extended about take a step, and it's smashing into it, and you
Yeah.
falling to the ground.
I'm going to, in my haze, essentially, just like... I don't want to heal myself, but I just want to do a self-investigation, essentially, to see how good of a job they find.
Okay. You start doing a self-investigation, and yes, you can take a single wound healed from how good the first aid was. You
Yeah,
start
so,
checking
okay.
yourself over, and one of the spearfishers just immediately beckons to the Magus, who approaches you. You have sustained an injury. Lie down. We don't have any augmetics on hand, and you will damage yourself further.
I know what I'm doing.
You're like the worst patient ever.
I am a
Yes, I'm a
Magos
doctor.
Biologus of the Mechanicum. You will lie down, or I will apply sedatives. You're not rational.
I'm a surgeon of the Officio Medicae. I know what I'm doing.
Very well. Go ahead. And as you lean forward, something jabs into your neck as he applies the Medicaid Mechadendrite with the appropriate drugs.
I have a resistance to poison.
Okay, give me a toughness with minus 10 then. To try and power through.
Nope.
You just start rising up, it jabs in, and you just thunk.
This man in a coma.
Zarkov, you see this.
I roll my eyes at this foolishness.
The only
The
doctor I trust is myself.
tech priest sort of skitters forward on his non-standard leg assembly and leans over you. And how are we doing today?
He's talking to me?
Yep.
First doctor ever. I love it.
You took a nasty chest wound. You should be more careful in the future.
I'm...
Try not to
Doing-
cough. The stitches are fresh and need time to heal.
Yes, I noticed.
Kia looks at your bedside, picks up a data slate, scrolls through. I see it has been 4 hours since your last painkiller injection. I can give you another dose in 30 minutes.
Thank you. That would be appreciated.
Please lie still. I will have some of the troopers provide distractions.
Oh God, no.
It's time for a hula dance. Oh no.
So, about an hour you're stuck there, trying to drift off on haze of painkillers, while this older dude who's just asking, so what actually happened out there? Really, though? What tripped you up like that? He just won't leave you alone. He doesn't take a fucking hint.
What did he say? You said something about ripping me up?
Yeah, he keeps asking what tripped you up like that and what actually happened, just like, chatting with you, doing the friendly soldier thing.
It is not for your ears.
Yeah, no biggie, no biggie, no biggie. I get it. You higher-ups have your reasons. No offense, boss. No offense. Pulls out a pack of cards. So, you like poker?
I can't play right now. Every movement I make hurts.
Okay, listen, so how about I just take a peek at your cards and tell you what they are, and we can play that way?
Yeah.
So, when you wake the next morning, after finally falling asleep,
Despite his best efforts.
yeah, he is asleep in the chair next to you with a cigarette that's gone out in his fingers, and there's a glow stick stuck in the corner of your mouth that has burned down to the filter.
I assume I need to subtract 2 low sticks.
Actually, no, yeah, if he had seen that you had, he would have used yours.
Yeah, I'll subtract 2 low sticks.
Actually, subtract 4. Okay. Esther. The others are getting Medicaid after you arrive back up there. Where do you head to?
Where would I go if a giant guy that I can barely trust and a squad of spearfishers?
Well, there's more than a squad up here. There's like a full company camped in this facility now.
Well, I'd probably have taken our navigation thing, the watch thing.
Are you asking me or Adolphus?
I'm asking you. We'll get to Adolphus.
No, then I would try and remain inconspicuous and just go, like, out to patrol or guard or whatever, just to be like, I'm doing my job. Nothing wrong here.
So try and look busy.
Yeah.
Okay, you are high ranking, even if you're weird. So take a plus 20 to a deceive check.
Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Luckily, the spearfishers don't have scrutiny.
Still 4 degrees. Oh my fucking god!
I'm so fucked.
You catch glimpses of like 2 of the guys from the squad on occasion, just like somehow taking their downtime near where you are patrolling or guarding, just like,
Shit.
They, as far as you can tell, haven't cottoned on to anything yet, but those hands and feet in your combat vest are starting to burn. She's like, you have to get rid of those. Hide them now.
Well, nah, I certainly know who's gonna be the next casualties during the next mission. Just a rogue boulder out of nowhere.
Okay. So you're doing that. Chubatan, what are you doing?
I probably would have taken the tool we're using for navigation, the Archaeotech watch,
Mm-hmm.
and use that to get out. So I'd say we probably would have it with me. I think we should go back down there with a squad. But
yeah, no, I'm asking what you're doing right when you get back, because you're kind of split up while the others are getting treated.
Probably informing the commissar of what happened.
Okay. Would you like to log any complaints against any of the troopers?
Not any of the troopers.
Would you
The
like to
troopers
log
did very well.
log complaints against anyone?
Give you some low sticks, man, please.
The commissar is gonna inform you that the tech priests requisitioned 3 squads and attempted to push down towards what I assume is the industrial facility. There were a lot of bugs down there. The survivors are being treated.
How many got killed?
It's about a dozen. A tech priest and 11 spearfishers.
Manageable casualties, I see. Well,
The lieutenant got lightly wounded, but he's moving around. Again, apparently he insisted on leading the mission himself.
good man.
Commissar just
Guess we'll
nods
have
along.
to take him down.
He's gonna be staying in the base. They chew through his boot. He's gonna need some regeneration back on the ship.
Well, it happens.
So what did you find out? If you can tell me. Anything to worry about?
Horrifying ghosts that killed people by touching them, as far as like. And a hat.
Okay, I'm sorry I asked.
We're gonna have to go down there again at some point, but it seems like they're gone.
Okay, I'm gonna arrange for a volunteer to go run out that connecting wire to the Voxcasters on the shuttle so we can contact the ship. I
Good
think
to
the
hear.
Inquisitor will want to hear about whatever happened down there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he will too.
Okay, someone gets volunteered to go out into the rad storm. It's like that scene from Chernobyl. No, I won't do that. Yes, you will.
I volunteer.
If you want to go, you can go. I have no problem with that. I'm gonna let the cat out and we'll see how many Rongen you take.
He wants to dump the feet though, and the hands.
Yeah, true. But, well, I'm sure it'll be places. Nah, Jackalor had a good
We
point.
just
I can
find like
feet and
8
hands.
bunnies at the entrance to our cave thing,
Just the
munching on
entire-
hands.
Entire side of the mountain is covered with bunnies. They followed you.
But now I can reach it outside somewhere. So I will volunteer to go.
Okay. Then, make me a toughness test.
Modifiers?
Flat, unless you have something like resist radioactivity. Or anything vaguely related.
Not really.
I mean, he's a mutant. He probably has more unstable genetics generally.
That makes him more fucked if he takes enough radiation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What is my fucking rolls today? Jesus. I
Okay.
haven't rolled below 70.
So, roll another 1d5. Because you're now covered in radioactive dust. It's like walking into a blizzard. The winds are blowing in your face as you start running out the wire. Okay, add another point of radiation poisoning.
So you're up to 7 like me now, I guess.
No, I'm on 5.
Okay, so I think we could do this in an interesting way. Currently, you two are badly fucked up, and getting treatment down here is gonna suck. So, you could try and get evac to the ship and replace your current characters with 2 different acolytes in your stable of agents.
That's interesting.
So if you would like to trade out for whoever's not on the 3rd moon, essentially, you can do so. No?
Well, I won't because my replacee is Justin, and you want me to send Justin to a radiation-filled place with bugs everywhere? No.
Okay. What about you, Jackalor? We can't hear you. You're muted.
Am I still muted?
No.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Marius is the one that went to the 3rd moon, right?
Yes.
I don't think. I mean, I could have been Mordecai, I guess, but.
Okay. I see that does not appeal. I will offer a different option. The Spearfishers are an advanced regiment. They have a small contingent of psychers supporting them and their own astropath. One of those psychers would have enough biomancy, I'm gonna say, to attempt to heal you with magic. Would you want to request that he get brought down for any truly horrible injuries, as well as additional medical supplies?
I mean, I don't see us not having that. Probably fucked if we don't.
Oh, he died to a mine? What shocking.
Okay, so this is how we're gonna do that. You're effectively asking for reinforcements. So this is gonna cost someone, let's say, 2 influence points, and you're gonna need to make an flat influence roll to get this, since the resources are available and you generally do have a need for this. Especially since a psyker can Psynicians as well. So
That's the highest influence.
that's the question. And also, if you all wish to add your voices to this being necessary and telling the Inquisitor so, you can all aid with a +10 to the main roller.
They lose influence as well.
No. They'll only lose influence if the roll goes badly. That's the risk. So, like, if there's a crit fail, then everyone's gonna get fucked.
I'm probably like the whole psyker idea might be good, while for the others, but I will say that I don't want any psyker touching. Mostly because I don't really, Kybus doesn't really trust any doctor besides himself.
Okay. So here's the thing, Demi, though. It's gonna take you a fucking long time to heal.
That's okie dokie. That's how medicine works.
I mean, yeah, but then again, they could just do it against your
Okay.
will.
So, Kybus is dead set against this. That doesn't mean he gets a choice if the acting doctor from the Mechanicum decides that, or if you three decide against him.
I'm saying the Psyker would be a good idea for the others, it's just not on him.
Uh-huh. And they all pretend like they are gonna give you a choice.
Yep.
Okay, so who is gonna roll for this?
Yeah, I have 43 influence.
56.
I have 51. Here's the thing. We haven't given a report, and we might actually need a psyker regardless of whether or not we need them
that's
to
why I'm
heal
telling
people.
you that's a good idea. Effectively, this is just gonna be a basic bitch psyker, so he'll have a willpower rating of 40. And like Cynesians, again, he'll be rolling versus a 40. So he'll be able to heal, but he's essentially gonna be dead weight other than Cynesians and healing, which is why the cost is so low.
Yeah.
Still need both of them.
So I guess I'm rolling. I assume everyone's helping me then?
Well,
Yeah.
Kybus wouldn't.
No, he said he would.
Being forced, so I mean,
I know, like,
roll that however you want, I suppose.
So
Because
no,
this is you helping.
no,
Sure.
don't. Since
Huh?
he is so... If it's not... The Inquisitor isn't stupid. If Kybus is being forced to nod along and say yes, I'm betting Arminius would pick up on that, so no, you don't get a plus 10 for him. He can tell
Fine.
it's not unanimous.
Okay. Messiah, watch over me.
As he prepares to use Psychers.
reroll
Wanna
it.
reroll
Reroll
that?
That's
Yes.
Okay. So, an Aquila lander loaded with medical supplies and a Psyker gets sent down. Someone roll crew rating versus 60 to see if they get through.
I'll do it.
You do remember that the plus 20, right, for crew rating? Adolphus?
So you used to have a healer Psyker.
Of course.
Okay. Since this is something you paid cash money for, Jackalor, roll me another crew rating at plus 10 this time, and then roll luck die to see how badly they come down. This is whether they manage to make a crash landing and how well they survive it. Okay, so they manage to retain moderate control. One D100 for luck.
Oh, 1D100.
Yeah,
not
I saw
1D10.
it too, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, for a moment, so was I. So, you hear it coming down and everything seems fine, and then a second later it's like, Mayday, 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 we just struck a mine! Mayday, we're coming down hard, we're venting atmosphere! Then it's just cursing, hold straight, you bitch! Jubata knows what's going on. He's had like a close call like that once, and he never wants to have one like that again.
Harry.
So, let's see. Boo, roll for how the weather is that morning. Okay, so the pilot is gonna report over a crackling vox. I can see the mountain from where we are. I think one of my ribs is sticking out. The Psyker is out cold. The windshield's cracked. The winds are coming in. Radiations in the orange. Inching into red. I don't know how long we'll last. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, time
Fuck.
to get the spacesuits and see if
You
we
have
can
one.
save
you-
him.
You have one lander here, right?
You
can
have
start
one
using
lander.
that.
You could try and go and rescue him. Yes.
Yeah, we need to.
Yeah, we kind of do have to, especially since we asked him to come down here.
Okay, time to start the hero.
Okay. So, who's going on this? You two are gonna be still in the hospital, and it's gonna be like a 50-50 to see about whether extended care works, I think. Yeah, we're just gonna double check the healing, honestly. So, critically damaged.
It's minus 20 if it's critically damaged.
No,
But that's
you've
for
already
first
been
aid.
first aided once for these sets of wounds.
Nice.
Okay,
Esther,
so
come on,
it's
let's
a
go to that fucking
it's a
crash site.
it's a toughness test. They give you like a tech priest to make sure you can get them out of the shuttle safely, and like two spearfishers who look like they really don't want to be there in their fucking gas masks.
I mean, we can pry the ship open just with my strength alone, I'm guessing.
The idea is that you don't cut where it will make it explode.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so this would be toughness tests, and if you succeeded, you would heal double. So we're just gonna say that you heal a flat 1 critical damage per day, as opposed to healing 2 some days and none others. So you can take up your healing 1 more step. So, here's the thing. You're trying to launch and land in a howling rad blizzard. And it's not just following the sensors, it's near a mountain and there's horrible fucking wind shear. So, the Quill Lander gives you plus 10 to maneuverability checks. But you're taking a minus 20 for absolutely horrendous conditions.
Yay!
So, you may proceed to attempt this. Operate Aeronautica. Okay.
That's a pass.
Yep. You know, at one point you're trying to skim across the wind, and you're just going like this at an angle, pushing the nose down to cut into the wall of wind that's trying to push you away from the landing site. In the back, the tech priest is just... You can hear him making modem sounds as he prays while making sure the engines hold out. It's not a happy sound, Esther. It's not. Spearfishers, they have resolved themselves to die. You just see one of them check a watch, nudge the other one, and started screwing the filter on his gas mask and putting in a new one.
Some metro shit.
They're literally equipped for this kind of warfare, actually. So, since you had relatively short exposure, getting into the shuttle, making sure it's a little decontaminated at least, and putting on some void suits, take another D5, the two of you. I think that's a 10. So I'm gonna have to look up how fucked you are. But you're able to... Luckily he crashed not too far from the tracks, and you're able to use the tracks to sort of get in between trees which shield you from the worst of the wind, and then you can actually land. Do you know the takeoff is gonna be a bitch, much like at the mountain, because the moment you crest the top of the trees, you're going to be back in the wind. And this is why this planet is considered to have a tainted atmosphere that's bad for long-term colonization. So, this is what I needed. The online resources. You make your way to the shuttle. The pilot, he's still awake. He's tried to patch the hole somewhat, but he just feebly raises an auto pistol in your general direction. And you see a look of relief as his hand slumps and he realizes that you're Imperial.
Go get him, boys.
It must have been an interesting impact, because they're smashed to shit. The inertial dampeners clearly couldn't take all of it, and it cracked through the armored fucking windshield.
That's like fucking half a foot of... Yikes.
Yeah, more or less. That's what makes it so fun. So where the fuck was the atomics? Nuclear warfare and post-nuclear survival. That's the book I want. I'm pretty sure you start taking some minor penalties once you hit 10.
Go, boo, go. Go, boo, go.
Okay, so the tech priest tells you where to cut. Give me a strength check. You have mild nausea and dizziness, Adolphus.
Oh, that sounds great for a pilot.
You take -2 to toughness and -2 to perception until the radiation poisoning is reduced below this level.
-2 to toughness and -2 to perception.
Yeah, just add this as a trait. These stack, because as you get more, there's more and more and more and more and more penalties.
Also, I have not rolled under 75 tonight.
Okay, you try to jam the axe in the gap and you wrench it and you can feel the handle starting to bend. You pull it out. Not gonna work that way. The priest goes around the
I'm
back.
tempted to use my bone blades, but that would be a bad idea.
Make a let me make a crew rating roll.
Oh, a crew rating roll, just straight.
With the +10 for utility, make a dendrite, see if he can manage to carve it open from the back. He tells you that the mechanisms seem fused.
I just try to pry it open with my fists.
You take a look at it. It's like they managed to slam into some kind of protrusion on the windshield and spun and slammed into something with the back end. The whole back compartment looks like it goes like this usually. It now goes like this.
Nice.
They crashed pretty thoroughly.
Is the front windshield just cracked, or is it actually broken open?
There's a gap this big.
There's no way we can make that bigger.
If you had a melt-a-gun or a power sword, you
melt-a-gun.
could saw through it
You
eventually.
could have just bored my power sword.
Fuck yeah, you're right.
I thought of mentioning that, but was like, nah.
I mean, I wouldn't mention that mostly because Zarkov is fucking out cold.
Now there's a different set of soldiers. There's like 3 of them playing poker on your chest now.
Can we
Why?
use...
What
Wait,
about
does the
Emperor?
lander
What
have any
about-
guns?
Hmm?
The lander have any guns?
The lander does have any guns, but this one has crashed in among the trees. Actually, make another crew rating roll for Tech Priest with +10. He might be able to, given some time, pry loose the last cannon from its housing and try and direct it at the windshield of the shuttle. Okay, he does it. So let's do it like this. Okay, it only takes him half an hour. He pries it loose, aims it at there. The pilot just feebly tries to move away. You see him start coughing and just blood splatters on the windshield. So that...
Shine on, you crazy diamond.
So that's 2 shuttles that have gotten yacht on this operation. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Well, Tech Priest positions it and triggers it. A blast of blinding light slams into the windshield, widening the hole and just slamming into the back of the compartment, and you just see sparks fly as the, top console gets blasted. He ends up doing that 5 more times before the rest of the residual charge gets used up. Someone needs to make an athletics roll to see how they manage to lift clear the survivors.
That's your job, boo.
This is strength based, of course. I mean, it could be agility, but agility would be harder because this is more about being able to lift and maintain control. Okay, you lift them free. The pilot, it's just... He tells you, I know I'm done for. I'm from Scintilla, Gunmetal City. Find my family. Tell them I died doing my duty. Passes out in your arms.
Free meal.
Back to the ship and I'll take off. I may be a little bit dizzy, but motherfucker, I'm getting us back home.
Okay, another piloting check with -10. Okay, you manage. You're more familiar with the storm this time. You're getting a feel for these horrid winds, and you time your approach to the mountain, and you know that you have, if the pattern holds true, you have about 50 seconds before the winds come back, so you just pick the moment, make sure that it's not a false alarm, and then just land. 15 seconds to spare.
Whew.
And
Okay.
the survivors get brought in. Boo! Does something horrible happen in the back with the neck of that poor vulnerable pilot?
I mean, he did say that his ribs were sticking out.
Yeah, one of them does appear to have pierced the skin.
Yeah. I'm sure people won't notice, your ribs sticking out. That causes a lot of damage.
You could just press down on his chest and just sort of jiggle. Hope for the best.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. But yeah, something does happen sneakily in the back, It's away from any prying eyes, plus the man's out cold.
Okay. Make me a strength check with +20.
Oh my god.
You press down, you just hear something give. There's just the faintest creaking sound, and then you just feel the ribcage press down. Yep, that ought to do it. He just splutters a bit and goes still.
What did he do?
He killed the pilot
Why did you kill the pilot?
so he can eat him.
Fresh
What the fuck is
meat!
wrong with you?
That's because he's a heretic now, Jackalore.
I mean, yeah.
You know that's
Basic.
treason, right? You just wasted an imperial resource.
Yeah, but he said he wasn't gonna make it. We all saw it. Didn't make it.
Funnily enough, the only one who would have had a Medicaid was the medical psyker. So I don't think any of you actually knew.
Yep.
The Magos could have saved him. Could have.
Good
Adolphus,
old Mako.
you go back, you exit the cockpit, go in the back. The pilot is on the ground. His there's like a one of the coverings from the medical cargo laid over his face.
Well, shit.
Didn't make it.
You check the psyker, he seems to still be breathing.
At least it's that.
Okay, and you rush inside. Still in the void suits. Actually, would there even be a void suit in the standard shuttle that would fit Esther?
I mean, we took radiation coming out here. I don't think we had void suits on to begin
You
with.
You did coming out, but no, there would have been at least one that was specifically made for him. Because this is like your original shuttle, the one that's not trashed.
Yeah, but that one's missing its engines, as I recall.
Oh, wait, no, yeah, but there would have been void suits in that shuttle that fit him.
Yeah.
I mean, technically the engines are still there, it's just that the plasma reactor has been pulled open, and the power feed has been rerouted and reconfigured.
Yeah, so we probably took a different shuttle.
Yeah, you took the other one.
Probably grabbed his.
Okay, yeah, no, then you're good.
The only one that I have.
So, Demi and Jackalore. The medical psyker is going to be rolling versus 50 because of psi focus. Don't roll doubles.
Mhm.
You're each rolling for your own heals.
Go for it, Jackalore.
Okay.
Okay.
You get 3 health points this day. And you get 3 health points as well. Is that enough to take you out of criticals yet?
Still have 3 criticals.
I have 5 criticals.
Okay. Then the tech priests attempt another push down towards what they believe is an industrial STC for mining.
I'd like to go with them.
Okay,
Same if it's possible.
okay, you go with them. They try to clear the path with flamers. There's bugs everywhere. It's at one point, it's like a wall of scuttling beetles coming towards you, filling the hallway like a black tide. The flamers barely keep them back. They toss in grenades. Nope, forced back. Luckily, they're on to the dangers now, and they know where the vents are, at least in this section that they need to watch, so they don't get gangbanged from behind as well. So they are
Would
at least,
the
they're at least able to retreat in good order.
would the map note the locations of the vents?
In theory, they're on the 3D image. In practice, the 3D image is being interpreted by the computer. And it doesn't point out every single vent, because the vents don't fucking matter. That's an industrial fucking, like just like basic life support thing. Nobody cares.
Can I attempt tech use to make them show?
Sure, in front of the tech priest, you mean? Or tech priest.
Preferably away from it afterward.
There's like 4 of them. Senior fucks too. They keep urging the guardsmen on. It's like,
And behind me, I'm big. I can't see you.
honestly, it's highly unlikely you'll be able to access it because you effectively have to hack the device. It's a commercial device. You're not meant to access the deep down data. You're only meant to access the internal.
Oh God! It's the iWatch
It's
of the
iPhone.
31st century.
You're not entirely wrong. You don't have a dev kit on this device. You just don't.
Okay.
Okay. So, the day passes. You heal another point of criticals. Roll for psychic to see if there's phenomena. Okay, no doubles.
Wait, when did Jack roll?
I haven't yet.
Either of you.
Oh, right, I was looking at the previous rolls. So there's still a chance. Fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up.
Nope.
Try again. Try again.
Still plus 10 or?
Yes, he's using a psi focus and just trying to heal you. By,
Jack goes, so easy. Okay.
by infusing you with the warp. Keep trying until you get doubles, crit fail, or success.
That is.
It's just going up.
Yes, yes it is. The warp refuses.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Okay, you heal another 3 points from psychic, so you should be into heavily wounded territory now. Good.
Does this mean I can finally hold up? Did I lose my leg or not?
No, your leg's
No.
fine. You know,
Okay.
the Magos that was healing you must be extremely proficient. You feel a lot better in such a short time. You don't know why. He must have used some mechanical secrets on
Am I
you.
supposed to roll again now?
Wait,
Yes. Actually, no.
I
You
have
need
to
to roll
double- oh,
for
yeah, the
phenomena.
doubles.
he
Yeah.
rolled doubles, yeah.
Here we go. Here we go, boys. So the next one would succeed if this one isn't horrible. So this is not a named character, so he doesn't get the Psychana bonus for lowering it, I would say, or raising it by willpower bonus. And I don't think any of you are astrotelepathic
It's
characters.
falling upwards.
Oh no.
Wait,
Well, everyone in the med bay is about to die.
I gave phenomenal or pearls with a warp.
Yeah,
Phenomena.
this should be a phenomena.
Yeah, this
Isn't-
is phenomena. 58
Oh,
is falling upwards.
Holy shit! Actually,
Isn't that how the fucking cat died?
yeah, I thought that was a
Yes.
pearls of a warp.
So the whole
Oh.
hospital.
Well,
Both of you, roll 1d10, please.
Well, back to criticals.
This is reduced by toughness.
I
But
take no damage.
you take no damage, you just get... Suddenly, you're yanked out of your drug into sleep as you slam into the ceiling and fall back to the bed, and you see...
Oh god! Oh god!
I take 5, and I'm critical damage 5. What happens then?
impact critical.
5 shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be.
I swear to God, if I lose fucking, it should be a body though, because it is entirely.
Yep,
But if I
a solid
fucking-
blow to the chest pulverizes the target's innards and he momentarily doubles over in pain, clutching himself and crying in agony. The target is stunned for 2 rounds and must make a challenging toughness test or suffer 1d5 levels of fatigue. So, you wake up, get slammed into the ceiling and are just gasping in pain on your bed, and when you come to, you don't need to roll it out, because presumably you're going to go back to sleep after this. But you just see a figure in the robes. Actually, no, it's not robes. He wears flak armor, but on his chest is a prominently visible mark of the sanctioned psychers. Just like emblazoned on the armor.
Well,
So I assume I get. So does the roll I made still count?
You see him step forward, and his hands glow with eldritch light as he once again reaches towards Zarkov. Zarkov, you feel your wounds continuing to heal.
I'm gonna have a difficulty now because I see they've gone. I mean, I know that they've gone behind, and it's like fuckers. So I guess I'm gonna be healing slower because I'm on fucking vigil duty now.
Mhm.
They're just gonna do it when you sleep.
They were already doing it when he sleeps. So, Demi,
Yep.
the next night comes around, and we're just gonna play this part out. And you're on vigil. This is not okay. You are not okay with this. You are most emphatically not okay with this.
I knew this was good.
You see the Magos skitter in, and following him is the Psyker. They head over to your bed.
Is there what do I have in my reach, by the way?
You have like a data slate with a like the exploits of a guardsman so and so. It's like a heavily romanticized idea what the guardsman's life is like, so you don't go completely nuts from nothing to do.
Do I have anything like a fork or knife from eating before, or anything that might be a little
No,
bit
you
stab-
might hurt yourself in your confusion. Those have been taken from you. Your personal effects, however, are in the nightstand next to you, and if you have a sidearm, that would be in a drawer there.
Yeah, I have a last pistol that probably can fit in there.
Okay, so you haven't been entirely deprived of weapons because they're not barbarians and you're an imperial citizen.
Yeah, last gun's probably somewhere else because it's big, but
Yeah.
when I hear them coming like a little bit close, not like super close, right? I'm going to, I suppose, because I'm still in criticals, like try and push my way across the pane and like sort of yank as fast as I can into the nightstand and get my last pistol.
The tech priest stops.
Not again. Not after putting us all on the ceiling. Just let me rest.
Very
I
well,
want not-
Taibas. Please wait outside, he turns to the Psyker. Psyker leaves. I must inject you with antibiotics first. You can roll scrutiny.
Yeah, I have scrutiny.
Just
Any penalties?
you get a plus 10 because mechanicus are not generally good at lying.
I'm not good at sensing either.
He's a doctor, he understands. You expose your arm.
No, hold up. I'm still like, I'm still conscious. Give me the antibiotics. I'm doing it.
He pulled. The medic Mechadendrite comes around his front. He pulls out a cartridge. Reaches down, pulls out a set of needles. Inspects them carefully with the optical Mechadendrite. Slots the cartridge in. Skitters back away for a second to the wall. Pulls open like a set of medical supplies. Pulls out a cotton swab, some rubbing alcohol, comes back. Hands it all over to you.
Just give a like a quick glance because I'm still like looking at him, right? Just to see if everything I have is in order.
It looks like a clear liquid.
A lot of things are clear liquid. Squirt a little, obviously, while still looking at him. Just put everything I need to do. Still looking at him, and then I'll put it in.
Okay,
I need some sleep.
Give me a Medicaid test with give it flat because you have superior chirurgeon. Otherwise, it would be with minuses.
Lamau. So just Medicaid. Okay.
Yep.
Watch this man
Because you're trying to find a vein in the dark while not looking, Demi.
2 degrees.
Nice.
So close. So, yeah, that's antibiotics. Standard tissue does not make you sleep. Make a toughness test.
Fucker. -10 or
-10, yeah.
Oh,
You managed to hang on. There's like 2 tech priests swimming in and out of focus. You're kind of scrambling, but that treacherous fucker!
start shooting. Enemies, I start blasting.
So you started blasting.
Zakov, you hear the sound of last fire. There's guardsmen groaning, falling on the floor, stumbling around, grabbing for guns, ripping open the drawers, trying to find the enemy.
Goddamn doctor.
One of them starts screaming, "Bugs! Bugs everywhere!" Starts blasting at the ceiling.
How dare they work against the professional Chirurgian acolyte?
There's 3 more guardsmen that start pummeling the 2 vents in the room because they know what's happening. They've seen what these bugs can do. Another one panics and shoots in your direction. There's a sergeant screaming out, "Form ranks! Form ranks! Volley firemen!" Demi, make a short-range ballistic skill test with -10, let's say, for
Yeah. I mean, it's the last pistol. I'm getting like drowsy, so I'm probably just clicking. So probably it's semi-auto. 'cause that's the max.
last pistol is it has
2.
plenty of ammo, so you won't run out for a little bit.
Yeah, but I can shoot standard or 2, so semi-burst.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not I'm not aiming this. I'm just blasting. So no aim. Range short.
And -10 for drugs.
Yeah, semi-auto, and then
Are you firing overload mode?
oh my god, he has the big iron.
Are
Okay,
you firing?
roll
No.
twice for damage on the tech priest. You just gave them an excuse to keep you sedated.
Oh!
Holy shit.
So, tomorrow morning, you'll get a report that the acolyte that you are paired with had a psychotic break, the doctor, and that they will keep him sedated for his own safety and the other's safety until he's fully healed.
God damn it. Why do I have to be down here with a bunch of crazy people?
I'm not crazy. I've been betrayed.
Then we roll get for psychic powers to heal you.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, Hammer of Light.
Okay, you heal another 4 the next day.
4.
Yeah, 1 for normal healing, 3 for psychic powers.
So I'm at 1 in critical damage. Hey, let's go.
They're not gonna let you wait till you're at light.
Lamau.
Do the psychic powers always just heal 3?
Yes, or that one does.
Oh, okay.
It
Because me
doesn't.
and Jackal were trying to figure out how much he healed because we thought it was degrees.
It's not. It's 3. It should be more than that because it's only once per day that you can use it. It might be degrees or maybe it should be psi rating or something like that. I might change it at some point because that's super fucking underpowered for a psychic power. But yeah. So Jack ain't here. So Demi, next psychic power roll.
Let's go doubles.
Okay, so another 4 healed. Actually,
So 0.
Actually, no, it wouldn't be 4 because this takes you into.
Yeah, I'm no longer critical. I'm going into heavy.
Actually, no, you would have been into critical when you were healing naturally, so not yet, but you are now. How much are you from the top, as in from a full full set of wounds.
Okay, with the 1 critical damage that was left or not?
Okay, so you heal the 1 critical, then you heal the 3 with psychic, which means that you need 1 more day of healing effectively to be
So
at
critical
life.
damage goes to 0, and then there's how much wounds left? 2 or 3? Because I'm at 13 wounds. No, I'm no longer critical.
You should be at 10.
Okay, yeah.
Because you
1
heal
more
the
day.
1 critical and then they force another heal. So just roll the last one right away. Let's see if there's another incident. Okay.
So that brings me to
5 left. Because heavy heals faster, and you're at light now.
Oh, Jackal needs to roll now.
So, Jackalor, what is Zarkov's reaction when the Psyker comes to you next, after the incident? Well, as in on the next night after, when Demi goes crazy, and they finally put him under.
I'm not in critical damage, though.
You're not in critical, but they're still gonna keep healing you till you're in light.
Fair enough.
So
I look at him, look him up and down. I'm watching you.
the Medicaid Mechadendrite just hovers near your face threateningly. You can see metal gleaming from where the 2 last pistol shots connected. I will sedate you if required.
I want to be awake when this happens.
The Medicaid Mechadendrite
Something-
hisses, you see cartridges spin around, and he injects you with antibiotics without the sedative.
Guys, I have a problem.
What up?
Redo has hacked into my profile.
Are you kidding?
What?
No, am I?
What the? Why would Reddit do this?
Why would Redemir do such a thing?
What's your password anyway? How could he get that past that?
Yeah, why don't you say it on stream?
Actually, yeah.
So now you spoiled my plan.
This is Redemir's alt account, which was named Calvin first, and now it's the real Demi.
Okay, Jackalor, Demi healed for the, or rolled for the next 3 days. You don't need quite that much healing, do you? To not be in heavy. So, you're at 13 damage, you would heal 2.
I heal 2 and then he rolls.
Yes, so go ahead and roll for that. Okay, so you heal another 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, they're gonna just let you recover on your own, because after the next night, you're gonna be at 6 and you're no longer heavily wounded. So you go to 4, while Demi's at 6 by my count.
You said I was at 5 wounds.
Or Demi's at 5, sorry. And you heal twice your toughness bonus when you're lightly wounded per day with extensive care, so just 1 more night and you're fully healed. So, the 2 of you, what have you been doing? Esther, even with the Psyker, the others are gonna be out for a couple of days and you're starting to get hungry.
I guess he's going to eat his food snacks.
I don't have them. I ditched them in the desert when I went out.
Oh, that's right. So you're going to eat the pilot. I
Oh,
forgot.
you did. So, you know where the pilot is stored? He's been laid out as befits the Imperial hero that he clearly was. He shall be inscribed, his name will be inscribed into the bones of the ship as a mark of honor near the landing base.
How are his injuries looking if I can find myself there and if there's no one around?
Make me a stealth roll. This is agility based, by the way.
I know.
You can attempt Fellowship the Sea if you think
Lovely.
that will give you a better chance.
I mean, yeah, this is just 0 with agility.
You can attempt Fellowship the Sea. Freaking mutant.
Ye-
So the spearfishers just you see a couple of them just like playing dice, chatting among themselves. One of them's picking at a bandage, and then they all kind of listen to their earpieces and all look at you. One of them asks you, "Hey, did you need something?" You're like near the area where the corpses are kept.
The pilot told me to deliver some of his belongings to his family. We processed him.
Yeah, you know what? That fair enough. I'll help you. So you respectfully take some personal items from the corpse and leave it where it is. Okay. Roll a toughness check.
No modifiers.
No modifiers.
Eat.
Okay, so under your traits, add a line, feeding fatigue 1, and you currently have 1 point of fatigue permanently until you manage to feed successfully.
Beautiful. I am a threshold of 7, so I have a spare.
Yeah, you can take it. As long as you don't keep failing.
Yeah.
Does that still impose a -10 in all checks?
No, not the way it works in this system.
Okay.
It has to be greater than the bonus of the skill he's using. So, I'm gonna say that during this downtime while you're waiting for your party to heal, you can try 2 more times to find some way to get at a suitable corpse.
Or at least a body part. Wait. Do we have any spearfishers or like the men that just lost limbs and like had to be amputated that can be recovered?
Generally speaking, most of that is either under a microscope or actually eaten by bugs. So if you tried, you would have to try and break into the mechanics lab to get at that. Technically,
Fuck
yes, there's flesh there, but it's hard to get to.
Yeah, okay, fair.
There are expeditions trying to go towards the hive whole time. They actually attempted to send down one of the few servitors they brought with them, laden with Prometheum tanks and armor to all hell, to see how far he could make it and see if he could blow up the bugs. That one met with moderate success. They think they killed a bunch of bugs. Problem is, they only have so many servitors and so much Prometheum. So while they're pushing ahead into the place, with spearfishers now, since they thinned out the herd a little bit, it's still slow and tough going. You can, of course, go help with one of those expeditions and make sure that someone gets lost in the retreat.
Yeah, that kind of was what I was thinking. Cannot, because you know, soldiers die. That's the job,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, shit might be collapsing.
I tried to pull him free. There's only this arm left. The bugs got him.
Exactly. Wiping blood off with his arm.
Okay. Fair enough. So, what do you have that would help with this? Presumably you're decent at fighting, so that's good, but you don't really have any... I'll let you roll survival with intelligence to try and pick someone off from the herd in the confusion. You'll get a +10. Okay. So, you fight the rearguard action and you just let a few of the bugs past, a few more. Yeah, that's about right. Start backing away, and the spearfisher next to you realize that, oh fuck, you're cut off from the rest of the company. What do? But it's okay. The acolyte pulls down the door, tells him, I know another way up top. Follow me.
I got candy, I promise.
Take a melee attack with +20 for surprise round.
I want to use my bone blades because it will be fitting.
Don't those cause damage to you?
No, they don't.
I'm pretty sure they had something that...
Wait, I'm reading it now then.
Yeah.
Bone blades. I need to. Get blood loss if I don't pass a toughness test, so I don't get pure damage. So do I roll toughness now or after I roll further hit?
What page are they on again? 280 something?
293. 293.
Okay, bone blades. Blood loss, honestly, yeah, blood loss is a bitch. It gives you fatigue. So,
Yeah.
if you choose to use them, you have to make a toughness test. Otherwise...
You choose to use them still. Let's just do the toughness test now.
Wait, you're making a toughness test not to gain fatigue, so that you can gain reduce fatigue.
It's permanent fatigue, though. This fatigue will just go away after he rests normally.
Yeah.
Blood loss is bad, though, because if you can't wrap it, you're kind of in danger. But, yeah, no.
So it's just like a basic melee attack, just with a +20.
Yes.
And then 7-foot Wolverine murdered the man and ate him.
Yeah, the axe is sheathed, he's relaxed, he's been told to watch you, but you seem like a swell guy, you're leading him out. He checks ahead, shines a light for you leaning around the corner. Can you see anything, Acolyte? Bone blades come out. Behind him, shadow falls against the wall.
Yeah, so
This thing,
can I do an all-out attack?
Yeah, you can. You're a disgusting animal. Okay, does that have any pen on it?
Nope, 0.
Okay.
Now the question is, can he add mono to those?
No, that's what I was thinking. Like when before the session, I thought the exact thing.
You're a horrible
Do they
person.
count as melee weapons?
Yeah, it just counts as a melee weapon.
Okay, so they go into his neck and you pull them out and you see blood spurt. But he's not down. He wheels around. His bayonet flashing.
You're gonna attack me then, okay?
Roll initiative.
This is what you're good at, right? Wow, he barely was better than you.
He has a better initiative bonus than me. He has +4, I have +2.
But it says something that he barely beat you.
So, it's a single attack with half aim. Actually, no, half aim wouldn't be a thing because he's going all out. No, he wouldn't, because that's a death sentence.
There is something he can do. Defensive stance.
He's dead if he doesn't kill this traitor. They're jaded, they don't lose that. They're capable of processing that kind of shit.
I mean, he could try and communicate with the others, but probably, yeah.
You know, they're lost in the tunnels, they're out of comms range, no Jackalor. So single and half aim. And you have a size increase, right?
Yes. One size larger.
Okay, so this counts as a spear with a +3 for his strength bonus. Yeah, you can parry. He jabs the bayonet. This is seriously fucking treason.
Any pen on it?
No, that is... It's,
that just
it's literally just a knife stuck to a long glass.
just doesn't.
Aren't knives 1d5 though?
It counts as a melee attachment on a weapon, which means that you treat the long glass as a spear weapon.
Yep.
And yeah, no, that does nothing.
Mm-hmm. You can try and fuck him up.
Okay, and now I'm just gonna use the axe.
It's harder to hide the axe.
You would have to draw it.
Yeah, as well.
So drawing takes an action, right?
Half action.
Half action. Unless it's in a combat test.
I mean, I have a combat vest.
I think it would be too heavy to stick in the combat
But
test.
yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
So, go ahead. He will attempt to dodge. You're gonna hate me for what I'm about to do. He takes a disengage action, moves 4 units away.
Runs away like a bitch.
That's
I gotta be
range.
4 of them!
That's charge range.
No, it
Ignite
isn't!
blast.
My charge range is 3.
Range.
My charge range is 3, no it isn't.
Oh. No.
He's a mutant.
Yeet the great weapon at him.
Can I? That's gonna be horrible.
I'll let you try. You'll take a -20 to ballistic skill test.
Ah, that's a 3% chance.
Well,
Plus-
with the half aim and short range. So
And standard. Plus 30.
So you have like a 50-50 if you have a good ballistic skill test.
I have a 23 ballistic skill.
So
guy.
less than 50-50.
Yeah, quite considerably less. Now I'm just gonna fucking run after him. We're basically closed off, so there's only so far he can run. And ultimately I can just pull out my auto gun. That I might hit.
Yeah, but he has armor, so autogun isn't gonna do much.
Okay, so you run after him. Closing as close as you can get. If you're taking the run action, it has the wonderful effect of not putting him engaged in melee until your next turn. Because of how we treat run actions and because people kept complaining about automatically being engaged being a pain. Conveniently, you're in point blank for his long glass, which is now free to fire. I'm sorry, Boo.
We do have those, don't we?
So he gets 2 extra d5s.
Dodge.
Actually, I forgot to add the thing in for accurate, so it could be less than.
Wait a second. Yeah, never mind.
There. That's accurate.
The same.
But you can
Same.
dodge.
Ah, so close.
You actually bought dodge plus 10.
Okay, that is absolute shit.
Yeah, it doesn't go through.
It has felling, so your natural toughness doesn't apply if you
He
have.
doesn't have natural toughness.
He
Ah,
does.
that still means I have 12, so everything except my head, where I would have 14. So
How do you have so much soak?
You
Here.
don't invest
shit
in
ton
the
of
car.
toughness, very good armor, and a very good helmet.
Alright.
But I have 12 wounds total. So
Wait. How do you have 13? You have 5 from toughness, 1 from
Yeah.
a natural toughness,
1
and
from
6
a
from
natural.
armor.
You didn't hear me. It was wasn't it 7?
The Tempestus Carapace?
Tempest is only
Yep.
6, yeah.
Yeah. So I think you would take 1 from that.
Is it 7 armor or is it 6? I didn't hear you.
6.
6.
Ah, 6. Okay.
So it pens 1, and the unnatural toughness is reduced, so you have 10 soak versus this weapon effectively.
Yeah.
So yeah, you take a
What the-
single point of wounds from that. It burns. It's now your turn again. He took the opportunity to shoot.
You're in front of him now.
Opportunity swing again.
Okay, he will attempt to dodge.
Gonna go all out.
This is like a propaganda piece. The why you don't associate with mutants. The lone brave guardsman against the mutant traitor.
Yep.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Yeah, because that would leave you with just the bone claws to attack with for the moment.
Roll 100. I believe in you. Emperor, smite my foes.
Yes.
Damn it.
He's gonna dodge. He has good agility.
Yeet!
Yeah.
You didn't get an escapable attack, did you?
He's gonna back away again. Takes a disengage.
And this, boys and girls, is why inescapable attack is good.
Yes, and I did not have the XP.
Would you like to mow him down now with the autogun?
No, out of principle. Plus, I have way less chance to hit in general with them.
Okay.
Do the same. I'm gonna run up. Like, best part is I can take 4 wounds and I'll heal full because, or possibly 5 wounds and I can possibly heal full. Sorry, that's what.
He knows that he can't beat you. He's gonna take off running into the tunnels.
Jesus, man. So how far is he now?
We're out of combat now. You can try and track him. You're gonna need
Oh,
either
I have survival. Yeah.
You have survival.
Yeah. With what should I roll?
This is
Perception.
like Alien or something.
Roll it flat. With
Yeah, but with what
perception.
perception?
With perception, yeah. You lose the tracks, but last you saw him, he had gotten thoroughly lost and was heading deeper into the mountain. So you don't get a meal, but he ain't gonna be telling on you.
Do I get another? Do I roll another 1d5 for the feeding fatigue?
Not yet. If you fail the last attempt, then you will... And you don't roll the 1d5, you just take 1 if you fail toughness. Okay. Jubatan. While someone is playing with their food, what are you up to during these days while the others are healing?
I probably have been on the expedition with him.
Okay.
The others.
You try and make sure that at least one of you is with each attempt. He would have picked
Yeah.
one where you weren't along for this, so you don't get to try and prevent this or know about this. He's not completely stupid.
Okay, fair enough. What would I do other than that? I'm not sure. I'd probably hang out with the partially footless Luke.
Okay. Partially footless dude. He's behind a desk filled with paperwork and he looks absolutely fucking miserable.
Can I attempt to help him with the paperwork?
He's not gonna let you. It's regimental business, I'm sure you understand, blah blah blah.
Fair enough.
The tech priests seem to be pretty excited these days. You see a lot of chattering in between themselves that goes silent when people walk by. A lot of happy modem sounds.
Naturally.
Must have found a new pattern of toaster.
Ooh.
Okay. Pooh, do you have an idea for your last attempt? This is like
be
playing
honest,
vampire when
Nah,
your
to be
ST is...
honest, just maybe trying to go out and find the things that I threw like stashed away outside.
Yeah, they're
Just to
covered
be
in highly
honest, like,
radioactive dust.
yeah,
And
but to be
because-
honest, there's
and
not
you
gonna
have to
be
tell
any.
him, what's your reason for going outside into the storm?
Well, it might not be a storm, but you would have to go down the mountain, because I presume you dumped them down when you were
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, we're gonna presume you go out on a clear day. Give me a survival roll to make it down the mountain safely.
With what?
What can it usually be rolled with?
Perception, agility, intelligence. Guessing agility.
I'm gonna let it be strength. A lot of the places climbing down mountains, raw strength can substitute for agility.
Then I can just roll athletics. Then I have one tick in it, and it's just strength based.
Yeah, then roll athletics, sure. That fits as well. Okay, you make it down the mountain.
Do I find the giblets?
You don't find the giblets. You find the place where you left the giblets. Little flecks of blood and the tracks of some kind of big animal.
You had to say big animal. Now I gotta fucking ride that thing.
What do you mean? You gotta go hunt?
Yeah, I gotta track this thing. I
Okay.
need to. Survival, perception, any bonuses?
Yeah, these are fresh. I'll give you plus 20. You have good light.
Oh lord. Never mind.
You know, you follow
you
it
could.
pretty well until it goes into a cave, and that would be fine, except it looks like the animal is smaller than you and can squeeze through places you cannot. And you spend like 2 hours trying to find a place where the cave re-emerges, but aren't able to find it.
Understandable. So now I roll for the feeding thingy.
Yep, roll toughness. Okay, take a second point of fatigue.
Take any radiation during this, or
Let's see how bad it is. Relatively. No, you're fine. It's actually clear. If you had eaten the pieces, yeah, I would have definitely given you some.
I mean, yeah, no, I knew, but come on. I need to get rid of the fatigue.
So, the two of you wake after a long, long sleep. Zarkov has been in and out. Someone has been sleeping for 4 days and has a IV running into their arm with a intravenous drip for nutrients. There's also tubes going in other places. The Mechanicum did not fuck around, they just hooked you up.
How do I feel?
You feel good, strong. Drugs are wearing off. You see the Magos standing over you.
Oh, fuck is here.
He's withdrawing a syringe from the IV, probably where he put the antidotes to the medically induced coma. He shines a light in your eyes. One, the other. How many digits am I holding up?
Trick question, it's in
Hey,
binary.
hold up. Lift up your hand, Chris. Oh. 3.
Who currently rules the Imperium?
The Emperor. Now, will you please get... Actually, no. Please leave. I can handle myself.
Servitor restrained him, he's still delusional.
I...
They hold you down and start withdrawing the tubes one by one.
Someone's
Zarkov,
too smart for his own good.
yeah, Zarkov, you're watching this and there's just this little bit of sadism, like, fuck that guy, he asked for this.
Basically.
I'm getting my fucking revenge.
I know I have enough medical knowledge to know when not to do anything. I'm going to shout at the Magos. Am I discharged yet?
The optical mechadendrite looks towards you, moves back. Please wait, I'm currently with a patient.
I'll take out the glow stick and start smoking.
The optical mechadendrite turns back towards you. Please put that out immediately. The man in the next bed has an oxygen tank.
Not going to parrot the percent odds of him getting cancer or something.
No, that's just an excuse to replace your lungs.
Yes.
Oh, fair enough.
I'll put out the glow stick, but I won't remove it from inventory. It's not used yet.
Okay. Demi, the tubes are withdrawn. The servitor is still holding you down. You have had a nervous break. You will be required to submit for a full psychological evaluation.
Did not have a psychological breakdown.
We have confiscated
Especially-
your weapons until you can pass your medical evaluation.
You piece of shit.
You are insulting a tech priest of Mars.
Good.
You are
Now,
clearly
hands off me.
insane.
Hands off me. I can walk. I can feel it.
Your hospital gown is in the dresser next to you. You may move around the base, but stay away from restricted areas. If you attempt to acquire a weapon, I will be required to restrain you again.
Do medical supplies count as weapons?
Yes. You are not allowed any drugs, scalpels, stitches, or bandages. All
Is
of
it
these can be
because-
used for murder.
Is it because you're afraid I'm going to do a better job than you?
Trying to taunt a machine, Demi.
Yes, I'm pissed.
A trooper died due to your outburst. 3 more were wounded in the chaos.
Well, maybe you shouldn't lie to your patients then, now should you?
Truth is not required for healing.
Right, of course. How could I forget about that? Now leave.
This is my hospital.
Beautiful.
Little did Demi know that he might one day run into another doctor.
This guy's shit! Don't believe him at all. Then tell the servitors to leave. Hands off me.
The servitor will assist you with anything you need and report on your behavior. The meal will be
No.
presented in 2 hours. I expect you to be moving on your own by then. He moves
why is he
away.
still holding me?
He moves away from your bed. The servitor releases you in like 2 minutes.
I'll just get up. And still wary that being in bed after such a long time may induce a sense of dizziness and possible going back to unconscious. Slowly get up.
You aren't dizzy, but your ass has gone numb.
Yeah, no.
No beds.
They turned him around in his coma. They're not complete idiots. But,
Good.
Zarkov, you have watched all of this. The tech priest skitters over to you. How are we doing this fine day? Do the bandages still itch?
They seem to be done. I don't think
I will
Yeah.
be the judge of that. He starts cutting away the bandages, inspecting with the optical mechadendrite.
Seeing, obviously, because Zarkov sees me, I can see him, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's touching another fellow acolyte, Zarkov, especially the guy I'm on a mission with. I'm just going to hastily put over my fucking gown and go over there and fucking overlook his work.
I'll try and whisper to the Magos. The other guy is coming here.
The optical mechadendrite looks over his shoulder.
I'm not carrying a weapon, am
Yeah.
I?
Yeah, it looks back down. He doesn't say anything yet. He pokes a little at the wound. Does this hurt?
Oh, really?
You may
Touches
recover
it.
your gear and move around the base. You did not have a psychotic break. You can be trusted with weaponry.
I don't think I trust anyone else with Castellana than Paluxus.
So, luckily, funnily enough, you did have a psychotic break, technically, because you had that insanity thing, but it's worn off now.
Yep.
I mean, I think Demi did as well. So,
Wait, what insanity thing?
last session, you crossed over threshold, didn't you? For insanity? And you had a temporary 4-day thing.
Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah, so that's gone now. So that, yeah, no, I'm perfectly okay with Kaibus rationalizing it as, I'm not insane, you're incompetent.
Even if it passes, I still don't fucking trust him in the slightest.
Okay,
Fucking machines.
you are able to leave Jackalor with no interference. There's a fresh uniform in there for your use. He tells you where the storage room with your gear is. You depart, glance back for a second. Kebs' ass is showing. It's one of those gowns.
Of course it's a fucking gown like that.
The tech priest rotates, Click, 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 as the spider leg assembly shifts on the ground. Is there anything you require, patient Kybus?
I will be doing my job of overlooking the patients now. Thank you very much.
I cannot allow that. You will maintain a distance of 5 feet from all patients at all times.
Luckily, I can still do a better job than you from 5 feet. But all right.
Correction, if you touch my patients and jeopardize their recovery, I will be forced to take measures.
Do you think I have that long arms? If you're keeping me from 5 feet.
He doesn't say anything, he just... You can see it's like a calculator calculating.
And I'm just going to turn and probably just like learn how to walk again, with getting the numbness out of everything and just looking over people from a...
He's not amazing, but it looks like he's moderately competent. He hasn't done a bad job.
I understand that. I know he knows his things, but it's just like...
This fucking tech priest
There's
arrogant cunt.
Okay, there's a point in time where if you remove the human element from medicine, it's just...
Listen, for a tech priest, he has great bedside manner.
Exactly. He didn't try to implant you with anything. Yeah.
He has like 25 fellowship. He's the extrovert of his fucking Forge world.
Fair enough, considering I have 40 fellowship just enough.
Okay. Checolor, I assume you proceed to recover your weapons. There's a...
First I'm going to smoke a low stick.
Sure. Smoke a low stick. Ah, sweet relief.
Now to make sure that Casleinard and Peluxus are fine.
Okay.
They're fine, right?
Roll a
Right?
die.
Emperor, protect your servant.
Okay. Roll an awareness check for me. Okay, you don't notice. The weapons seem perfectly fine.
Effective his gun.
Finally.
Oh, it is power swords.
The twin blades, Casleinard and Peluxus.
He swapped out his power source with fake.
Where would
I'm
they
pretty
get
sure
fake power swords?
How would they get fake best quality power sword or anything that looks like best quality?
China.
They seem to work. Power fields crackle on. Battery's getting a bit low. You should get these recharged sometime.
I'll ask a tech priest to help with that.
The tech priests inform you that as they inquire as to when Kybus might be recovered from his ordeal. They have things to discuss with acolytes. And while the other two are helpful, they would like a Medicae's opinion. Who knows what the Inquisition knows on this mission? But he's currently forbidden from contacting any meaningful part of the mission due to a recent psychological break.
Yeah, I was there when that happened.
Yes. Has the biologist mentioned the timetable for his recovery?
I think he said something about him being able to walk by today or by lunch or whatever.
I did not mean his physical recovery. Correction. Psychological recovery.
I'm not a psychologist or whatever they call that.
Understood. Please inform us when he is recovered. Demi, if you ever move so much as a millimeter closer than 5 feet to a patient, and that by that I mean any part of you, hair, fingernail, foot, the servitor attempts to grapple you and pull you away.
Good to know. Am I able to at least read the report of, medical report?
Medical report of what?
The patients.
You managed to read quite a few before suddenly, when you come back for another look at them, it turns out that all the data slates have been encrypted and locked.
Interfering in a job. Oh boy, I have more to write on my report, you son of a bitch.
Meanwhile, in your medical file, seems compulsively obsessed, unable to rest, unwilling to compromise. Dangerously self-destructive workaholic. Recommends 6 months enforced rest.
Well, how about me and the other two competent people who aren't on psychological leave go back down to the tunnels where the ghost with a squad of spearfishers.
We'll get to that. So, we'll go through Demi's day of adventures on waking from a coma. This takes you to, early afternoon. Suddenly the date slates have been locked. What's your next move?
By the way, is the Biologus Magos the only doctor here, essentially?
A full doctor? There's 2 Magoses with specialty in biology. This one is the more senior of the 2. So he's acting as the head doctor.
I'm presuming the other 2 won't say anything, right?
I mean, there's one more. And no, they won't interfere with their superior to help you.
Yeah, obviously.
Other than that, the spearfishers have first aid training.
Okay. Fair enough then. Well, I'm not able to be close to them. I can't data slate them. Then I'm going to have to go to the most primitive route ever, which is simply for any patient that is currently awake, guide them to do a self-diagnosis and simply see their symptoms through that as best as possible. I can communicate from a distance further than 5 feet.
No, you're right, you can. Make me a Medicaid check.
Wait. Before he sees the mouth of all of them.
Make a Medicaid check flat for me, Demi.
Totally. Medicaid.
Mm-hmm.
I have 1 fate point, and I ain't letting this pass. I'm re-rolling that. Actually, no. Let me just remember dedicate healer. In addition to the normal use of fate points, when a charging character fails a test to provide. Oh, this is for first aid. Never mind. I can't use it, I suppose, for other things. So yeah, I'll just re-roll the Medicaid.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Though, there is one thing though. Before I rolled that, actually. I do have a diagnoster, but I'm not sure what the range on it would be. If I can do
You
it
would
from a
have to
distance.
get closer than to properly
Ah.
run it over them. It's like close
Okay,
range
then.
scanner.
Got it then.
Hell, it might even be a thing where like you have to actually jab a needle in to take some blood to analyze it, that kind of thing.
Fair enough.
So, you keep doing this until you run into a patient that seems to have been freshly brought in, and he says he's in a lot of pain, and about halfway through the conversation, you realize that something isn't right, and then you notice the microbead in his ear.
If I may ask one more question.
Yes, doctor, it hurts.
Why is that microbead there?
You see the look on his face. Pulls it out, turns it off. Okay, so the tech priest, he said that you were having trouble adjusting to being off duty for medical leave, so he kind of asked me to recount some symptoms for you so you could feel useful.
Well, this might sound offensive, and the symptoms that you have currently foretold me, are they in fact actual symptoms, or has bullshit been spewed?
These 3 bandages are fake, this one is real. The blood's real though, I think those are just samples or something.
Yes. I'm sorry that you have to be a part of this, but thank you for informing me. I do hope that your recovery goes very quickly and swell. Have a nice rest.
Okay, he puts it back in, turns on. He's gone. I think he's feeling a little better. You cut out there towards the end. You're having some kind of... Could you take a look at this microbead?
Yeah, and more stuff on the report. I swear to fucking God, this guy isn't.
This tech priest is out to get me. The battle will continues for the 3rd day, Inquisitor. If you ever read this, I'm convinced he's a heretic.
Heretic.
He's just trying to help you, Demi. Let him. You're having a hard time. You just need to take it easy.
Go fuck yourself.
It's not that hard. You don't have to take it like a dick.
I'd understand one thing, right? It's like, okay, you can think whatever you want, but you're keeping me from a distance. Understandable, or not even having my stuff, right? But constantly going out and just...
You're his most important patient. He needs you to get better.
I am better.
Are you though?
Yes.
Okay, so it's now early evening. It's gonna be dinner time soon.
Fuck, okay, I'd have to just remember everything that has happened because I have to write the journal at the same time, but sure, dinner comes around. I obviously am probably sitting alone as well, or at least 5 feet away.
I'd probably come over and sit down with you.
There's already a couple of spearfishers that sit with him, and there's this forced joviality, like, hey, you're that doctor. You know, we really appreciate the things you're doing for us. You're a real hero going that.
Aww.
If please do not listen to the Magos. He is simply...
Out to get you?
Yes.
Zarkov standing behind them.
So,
They try to deny it, like, no, we fuck. They're gonna get up and leave. All three of them.
how's your vacation?
Aww.
What did you say, Jack?
How's your vacation?
Oof.
Very, very grueling. There's injured people here, more coming in by the day. And I have to not only watch somebody much more inferior at my work, but also have them not be able to even assist the patients, lead a fellow doctor into more knowledge. No, I can't do that. I'm delusional, he says.
I'm going to take out a pack of love sticks, take one out, take another one, and hand one of them to you.
The servitor
Sadly-
leans around.
Sadly,
Leans
I don't
back.
smoke. I don't smoke, and this is still the
That's
hospital.
good for you, man.
Actually, no, you are. The hospital does not have a separate mess hall. You're in the main mess hall. If someone is too
Oh.
hurt
I thought-
to move, then they are fed either via IV or at the hospital.
Then, no, I do not smoke. Stopped that a while ago. Interferes
Your
with
choice,
my
man.
work.
I'm going to start smoking.
I would
Well,
recommend against it, however, your wishes, of course.
I look at what you bought them. Want one? Got a spare.
Sure.
I hand one over.
I'll
So what's been
smoke it.
going on down there, Jubaten?
Very slow progress.
They have made it halfway through level 6, and right now it looks like there's doors that were used to seal that area off, heavy ones, which have holes just wide enough for bugs to get through, but not people, and it's like 3 inches of adamantium. So understandably, they're wondering how they can rig a melta blaster of some kind.
Yeah, there has been a hiccup as of late, but I'm sure they'll get through those doors. Don't worry.
That's good to hear.
Okay, I'm gonna assume that Esther comes in from the latest attack at this point, having brushed some dust and mud over the burn mark in his armor. Looks like the doctor is up and about. Both of the wounded ones, in fact.
You're not dead. Congratulations.
You know, he smells really, really good right now. You could just go for a bite.
I see you've been out and about, Esther.
Yeah, the tech priest needed help trying to find something down there. I don't quite understand what.
Neither
A
do
lot
I.
of bugs.
But I'm sure it's something important with how worked up they are.
Probably. There's a lot of bugs.
I'm sure they're not that bad. I could take them.
Well, I've seen them devour an entire body in like seconds. So no, I don't think it's wise to take them on.
Wait, how many were there?
The wall was visible.
It's like
The-
what you had in the hospital. That made it look like, you know, nothing compared to what's down there. There's a whole fucking hive of these things.
Okay, that seems worse than I thought.
Pretty bad.
Well, I hope they don't involve sentience or something.
It's funny you should say that. Okay. So you awkwardly chat about work. And take your meal. It's like eating cardboard, Esther. Even more so than usual, that is.
That's completely fair. Really go for some kebabs right now.
Uncooked.
The Magos is gonna invite all of you to his office in the hospital after the evening meal for a discussion about the recovery of Kybus.
By the way, during lunch, you'll probably see me just writing furiously at times on a data slate. Everything's going in. God damn it.
So he's gonna... I'm presuming you're all gonna go.
Of course.
You go into his office, take the offered seats. Acolytes, I understand you have a job to do, so I will make a compromise. If Kybus can go 24 hours without doing anything related to work and relax, I will discharge him from my care. This day he has written on his data slate, which I presume holds his report, no less than 57 separate times that servitor caught, has attempted to treat patients 29 times, attempted to hack encrypted data slates twice,
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Didn't well go
and
well.
has spent a total of 39.52 minutes actually relaxing.
I've seen the state of these patients of yours,
Just
and they have.
shut up for once, would you?
How can I stand by seeing patients
Just
having?
let him do his job.
Sir, you are on medical leave under my care. You will follow my instructions.
Clearly, someone does not know the basic etiquette of an officer. I am very disappointed.
That's going on his report.
Absolutely baffled right now. There is no stop to my work.
I trust the three of you will aid me in ensuring he does not cheat.
You are on medical discharge, man.
Magos, I can assure you right now that you wouldn't be able to survive a single week on an agri work.
Sir, I spent 10 years as a apprentice doing fertility treatments for cows.
Good. I've spent 20 actually saving people.
So did you save cows or people?
I said people, he said cows.
No, I literally asked. You save cows or people? Because I'm pretty sure that cows don't count as people.
Saved both, in fact. I'm a doctor of people, and I suppose a how the fuck do you say it on English?
Veterinarian.
Kaibas, you are unable to even speak straight. You're so
Fuck
stressed
off.
out.
That was out of character. I don't know how to
You
speak it.
require rest. 24 hours is the absolute minimum. If you are in the Imperial Navy, you would be grounded from flight operations for a week.
You know what? I'm. Can I make a willpower test?
Do not try and kill him.
Oh, no, not try to kill him. Just see like
To not
how
sass
much am I gonna
back.
No. If I succeed, essentially the idea is if I succeed, I'll follow. If I fail, I'm gonna struggle. I'm gonna see how self-disciplined I can be.
Yeah, sure, roll it straight. You go on a tirade about how he's not a real doctor.
Yeah, sure. You know,
I'd like to restrain him and take him
Uh-huh.
out of the
At
room.
that point, I'm just gonna start asking like very difficult medicinal questions.
I would like to restrain him and take him out of the room.
Please hold him still, I shall apply a sedative.
I'll hold it.
You understand my concern now, jab.
Yes, I do.
Son of a bitch, I want to resist it more.
Okay. Roll toughness at -10 to stay awake.
No, so close.
You just go and go
Fuck.
limp in their arms.
I've been sedated well past my fucking nose. But you know what? That's okay. 'Cause I'll just put in the report that he's a bad doctor and he's been giving the patient too much.
He's been giving you too much morphine, clearly.
You're gonna wake up handcuffed to the bed in the middle of the night when the set wears off. The data slate is nowhere to be seen.
Could I be sitting in a chair next to him, watching him?
Yeah,
Or be
sure, they will
sleeping
let
next
you
to-
stay with him.
Nodding off there and you're awake.
This is the 6th time I've been hit with very strong sedatives. Zarkov.
Look, man, just I learned this in the guard. I take out a pack of cards. I borrowed this from the Spearfishers. Let's play some.
It feels like the whole world is turning against you. It's like the Magos is conspiring with everyone close to you.
As reluctant as I am, very reluctant, I am well rested, maybe not very much due to the help of sedatives. I'm currently handcuffed. If you can endure the entire night without sleeping, sure. And I'm going to reluctantly, one-handedly play fucking cards. Because I have nothing better to do at this besides... And obviously I don't want to scream because it's the night and I'll wake up the patients. At this fucking point, god fucking damn it.
See, it's
Oh
not
no,
that hard.
you've
just
been
have to
placed in a
watch it.
separate room where you can't disturb the
Oh,
others
fuck.
than me.
Son of a bitch! I just want to note something for just note something. Like, I'm, as I stated already, I'm kind of a Puritan. Like, no, fuck the machines. Like, fuck them even more, right? I don't have a single cybernetic. All natural, baby. All fucking natural. Experience and talent.
Yeah,
Real
no.
fucking doctor should
From
be.
their point of view, the flesh is weak and yours is clearly failing.
I can agree with them on that part.
Fuck you. You're filled with cybernetics.
I only have two cybernetics: the vascular and adrenal gland and synth muscle.
Oh, fair enough.
No, the synth muscle is pretty obvious since it makes me like, well, maybe not as bulky as Esther, but still a lot bulkier.
No, fair enough. It's just like, considering how much whirling around you do, I thought at this point you just had mechanical arms too.
Esther, you know where you can find a chained up doctor who can fight back?
Well, that is tempting.
Do it.
Incredible.
He's too dangerous to be left alive.
Why don't you give me a willpower roll at plus 50? You're able to resist the cravings, but you can't stop thinking about it. You push it aside. No, not him. It's too risky. It's too risky. So, tomorrow morning comes. Who takes over from Zarkov?
I'll do it.
I mean, I don't mind.
Shortly
You've been up all night.
I
Go get some sleep.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Shortly after the shift change, the Magos is gonna come in.
Hello, Magos.
Good morning. Good morning, Kaibus. How are we feeling this fine morning?
Do not patronize me. I'm all right. I've been all right for the last 3 days.
How many digits am I holding up?
Wait, I didn't have the camera on. How many did you show?
How many digits am I holding up?
Jubatin, could you please see about the Magos leaving the room?
I'll just look at the Magos.
We must
And
rule
then
out
look
a
back.
neurological cause for your behavior. Please look into the light. He flicks a light in your eyes.
If you have partaken in any study of proper human psychology,
He shines
you
a
would
light in your other eye. Pupil dilation seems to be within acceptable norm.
Why did I expect a machine to know human feelings and emotions?
Medicine is a matter of science and logic. You are clearly distraught.
Yes, surgery, healing people, yes. But when dealing with mental patients, as you seem to be doing in your own belief,
He
you seem to
wraps
have
one of your
on-
knees with one of the mechadendrites.
I mean, if it hits the perfect spot, it's gonna go up.
Yeah.
I'll pat your shoulder. Hey,
Muscle,
you know when to shut up, right?
muscle response seems to be within norm. We might
That's good. At
require
least his leg's
a
working.
we might require a more invasive scan on the ship. First signs indicate this is not a neurological issue. I can only conclude that you are an asshole.
I can't believe it. You're able to diagnose that on me, but not able to diagnose it on yourself.
He hasn't been an asshole to you. He
Yes,
just
he
wants
has.
you to fucking relax for once. God damn it.
He pulls out a data slate, scrolls down it. Please describe your current state of mind.
Annoyed.
I understand. I sympathize. Why are you annoyed?
Due to the presence in front of me.
I understand. You do not like the Red Priesthood. I cannot help what I am.
No, there are.
Oh,
My
that
job
kinda
is to
hurt
heal
my-
you even if you hate me.
Okay, that kind of did hit my soul. Come on.
I could be analyzing the new samples. Instead, I'm trying to help you.
How many hours do I have left?
Looks at the watch. 15 hours, 4 minutes.
I brought some books.
What kind?
It's mostly the stuff the guard had with them. They're not good.
I brought one on Latin. Some weird language from ancient times.
You
Honest.
wouldn't have Latin. If you had Latin, translations would be easier. It claims to be Latin. It's a fabrication.
Verus machus latinus.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
You have High Gothic, right?
Yeah, I do have high god.
It looks like someone took High Gothic and mangled it a bit to make it look like another language.
Anything to keep him out of my mind. Thank you.
I will be back to check on you in 4 hours. Please maintain a positive outlook.
Can you make it 6?
You are clearly distraught and agitated. I will be back in 2 hours to check on you. Esther. While Demi is suffering and Zarkov is sleeping, it looks like there has been a mishap with one of the squads. In fact, 2 of them, because they went down together to scout for an alternate route to level 8 through the mining tunnels. They have not returned. Another 2 squads with the Psyker are gonna go down there and check for fuckery. Would you like to go with them?
They might need bodyguards. I swear to God, this kind of feels like Phineas and Ferb, and I'm just Perry the Platypus over here trying to feed people.
Yes, Boo. Bodyguards.
Hey!
Boo, roll me a 1d100, please.
71.
Okay, the Psyker senses nothing. You make your way slowly down, and you find what looks like a small cave-in. You're able to make your way to the top, and it's a scene of carnage that greets you. Bodies have been shot by las gunfire. They have been exploded in a few cases. Looks like 2 or 3 have been crushed by the falling rocks, and several have been clawed open by something.
Well,
One of the
So just to
troopers is
reiterate,
like,
our job was just to find them, right?
yeah, your
See
job
what
was to find and rescue them. It's like this. One of the sergeants just starts yelling out, "Squad 1, establish a perimeter. Squad 2, get your medkits out. Check for survivors."
I am just going to try and find the beast that did this, so we can handle the threat before it kills more guards.
Make me a survival roll with perception and +10, please. I'm assuming you start by examining the bodies. You look at the claw marks in particular. It looks like they didn't rip through the armor. It's like they almost passed at times through the armor as if it wasn't there. This was no natural beast that did this. And your mind
Yeah,
flashes
this
back to
should
the
be
one fucker that got away from the trio of demons.
Yeah, there's a siege fucker down here actually.
He's very birdy.
Yeah,
Wait.
I did say that though, that there was. I did report that.
Didn't 2 demons go away?
Cool.
No,
we just fucked
one
off.
was a corn demon, and it went poof
There wasn't really...
when it was all over, because there's nothing to stick.
Yeah, there's not really any point for it, unless it was gonna, you know, try and kill Boo, but... Yeah, a siege fucker on...
No fun if it didn't kill Boo.
Like, there's a siege fucker, there's 100 souls here to feed on by, you know, ripping them apart and making them paranoid and terrified. So yeah, I'm assuming you reported it, but you reported it to like the higher-ups, and the ordinary trooper doesn't know there's a demon on the loose.
Yeah,
Fair.
he did mention it to me, and
Yeah, I'm
in
just
front
gonna
of
be
that
like,
other trooper, so maybe they'd have some idea of what the fuck happened.
Oh, one of the things you do see is that a lot of the bodies have had burns creeping up their arms and towards their chest from where they held their last guns.
yeah. So I'm just going to, because I'm guessing I'm the highest rank there as an acolyte.
Mm-hmm.
Just going to be like, yeah, we need to fucking go back now.
They kind of look at you like, wait, why? Someone could... And they see the look on your face and... Men! Ordered retreat! Back over the rockfall! If you stay last, you might be able to just break off an arm sticking
Yeah,
out.
that's what I was thinking. That's kind of what I was thinking, yeah.
Okay. So
What do you
give
want from
me a strength roll to see if you can do it quickly enough to that nobody pokes back in to go like, hey, are you coming?
No modifiers?
No modifiers.
Okay.
You break it off, just crunch, crunch, crunch. You feel your teeth momentarily grow sharper as you just gobble it down. Oh, that feels better. Just toss it aside. You're good for now. You're reset.
Okay, cool.
Climb back out. So currently, by my counts, you're down something like 40 of the 120 or so spearfishers you brought down with you. Camp's getting a bit smaller. You might need reinforcements again soon. Good news is that some of the tech priests will have at least patched up the lifters, so they can fly again. Other than the one shuttle that's still grounded due to providing power to the facility. Or parts of it anyway. So, this is going to be reported and you're going to get called in to speak with the Lieutenant and Commissar alone, Esther.
I thought so.
So they sit you down, offer you the good brandy and a cigar. So, Acolyte, what can you tell us about what's down there?
Well, all that I remember it was nothing like I had ever seen, just multiple limbs flying everywhere. I saw fire out of nowhere. It seemed to really dislike the other one.
By the way, Arminius has spoken to you about this. Like, don't was the gist of it. As in telling others.
I completely forgot about that, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
it's
that's-
like hush hush did they even exist?
You know, that's perfectly fine that you forgot in the moment. You haven't said anything too specific, but it's like, you're just that I shouldn't tell them too much. That's bad. But fuck it, I'm gonna be purged once I go back into orbit anyway.
Plus, I don't have an explosive collar on me, so hey, not immediate death.
They're just gonna walk away from you while shooting. Very slowly walk away and watch you die. What was it? A Xenos of some kind? It's like one of the Eldar.
I don't know. Could have been native to this planet. I've never been here before.
Okay, what do we
It looks
do?
like a fucking bird. There's, bird.
Yeah, he's trying not to tell them too much, I'm pretty sure. Okay, what do we do? How do we kill it?
Well, it looked solid, so I assume just like how you'd kill anything.
Overwhelming firepower.
You essentially beat it till it stopped moving.
Except 2 squads already tried that.
Well, yeah. Good point. I think that me and my fellow acolytes should be able to handle.
They just nod. The Emperor protect your acolyte and salute you.
Okay.
We think it's been picking off our people for a while now. A trooper went missing in the tunnels a few days back.
Oh, did he now? What? Damn, that creature is scary.
God's fucking damn it.
Glorious.
Okay, well, they tell you that they hope that your fellow recovers soon, that you can take care of this problem together.
Me too.
Demi, the Magos has visited 3 times. He has tried to bring you a regicide set so you could exercise your intellect that way.
Ooh.
He has tried to bring you a cigar, and he has tried to bring you some of the officer rations, like actual real meat, to see if any of that will cheer you up.
The regicide kit, maybe, but I'm not playing against him.
Mm-hmm.
Smoking, I don't do. Officer meat, that just seems like an entire fucking bribe in its own right, so I'll refuse.
I mean, I'll eat it.
Yeah, sure. Jubatan eats it. It's a lot better. Well, it's not a lot better, but it's a little better what the normal troops get. It's not exactly slop. It's something like that crappy mashed potatoes paste and like a soy cutlet of some kind, you know? It's not great,
Not
but
bad.
it's moderately better.
So, we're gonna play Regicide?
Sure.
Make a contested logic check.
Yeah, there's contested, so no, nothing.
If you have Tactica, I'll let you substitute that with a -10 instead.
God damn. Yeah, I'm gonna probably fail this because roll.
He beats you thoroughly. You lose in like 10 moves. You're so fucking pissed you can't think straight.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Oh, at least I spent my 100.
Oh, boy.
The pilot beat you.
Want to go another round?
Yes.
Okay. Demi, take
Actually,
a
it would be
-10 this time for being tilted as fuck.
If he loses again, he loses max willpower.
I'd be okay with that.
Okay. This time, it's not your best game by a long shot, but you managed to actually be tactically sound and not give it away. The tech priest comes in again.
Good job.
Walks over. I see that you are finally getting the idea. I am proud of you.
Do you take the bait?
How much time is left?
Approximately 8 hours. Please describe your state of mind.
Get the fuck out.
It's fucking damn it.
Distraught. Clearly.
God fucking damn it. What would he bring this time? He puts down like a set of dice and a dice cup. If you wish to try another game. Puts down a data pad. I have written down the instructions for this game from the guard. Skitters out.
I guess we can try that now.
You know what? Sure. No, I'm gonna play. But now I just like to remind, where the fuck is it in the? I know I wrote it something. I'm like, actually no, it's on player sheet. I'm 36 years old, and like I swear to God, the next thing he's gonna bring back is Play-Doh.
So,
I'll play what you bought.
do any of you have common law, Imperial Navy, or Imperial Guard, something like that?
I have Imperial Navy.
Okay. Roll that with plus 30. You're pretty sure these are loaded dice.
Wonderful.
God bless.
So, both of you can roll agility. Jubatan can roll with plus 20 because he knows how these work.
So straight agility.
Yeah. Wow.
Damn. Do you want to spend?
I shook it in just the wrong way. Just the wrong way.
No. See, Kaibas, you keep rolling shit and he keeps rolling like double sixes 3 times in a row and you catch on. Wait a fucking second.
These rigged.
Oh yeah, totally. You must have gotten them from the troopers.
Well, just my luck. I can't roll even well with loaded dice.
I mean, I can show you the trick.
Please do.
Yeah, they
Might come
have
in
like
handy.
moving parts. You have to move them in just the right way to make them lock in place.
God damn.
So you
But
show
also-
him how to cheat at dice, corrupting the
Yes.
poor doctor.
Nah. I'm gonna be. Swear to God, I'm gonna fucking fight. I'm gonna fight that guy 1v1 luck.
Okay. Zarkov, you have had a pleasant sleep ever since Jubatan took over. What would you like to do now that you have rested?
I'll check the mess hall, see if they're serving anything.
They're just getting ready for the evening meal.
I'm going to jokingly ask whoever is the chef on duty what we'll have next.
He just looks you in the eye, pulls out a knife and starts slowly sharpening it. Fresh meat.
By the chef.
No, he's just being creepy.
Yeah. Well, if I can help you with that, just call.
Sure. Okay. Demi, the tech priest returns with your evening meal.
If it's the officers' rations again, no.
It is.
Bring me what everybody else is eating.
You are eating this. Doctor's orders. Puts it on the bedside table.
You're a high-ranking officer. Just eat your damn food.
He's the highest ranking officer other than the acolytes, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I mean, he's one of the acolytes.
Yes,
and then
that's the
there's
point. He is the
the
highest
Magos.
ranking officer.
Barton, do you want this?
I'm not eating 2 dinners. Thank you very much.
Oh no, you ate his lunch before. He's getting pretty hungry by now.
Eat.
Could you bring me something? Not. You know.
The tech priest who's still there just looks you in the eye. I will have to bar you from entry if you try to bring in food that has not been vetted by me.
Oh, I completely agree.
Just tell him you're vegan.
He's just being obstinate now.
Of course he is. It is his nature. I have deduced this. I
Just
have
want to do my
contacted
work.
the Inquisitor, Kaibas. He has given me authority to extend your medical leave if necessary. You will cooperate.
I see you've left a lot out.
I have informed him of your unfortunate break and the necessity for this, yes.
I'll
Thank-
take his spoon, scoop some of the slop up.
Oh no,
bring it to his mouth.
it's not slop, it's what would it be? It would be actual beans. Officers get real beans. It just
Beans!
Let me check here.
I swear to God.
It's fried
Don't-
canned beans they get. Actual fucking beans.
That's amazing. I love it. Eat.
Well, then put
Is
the
it
spoon down.
Frankfurters and beans or Southwest beef and beans?
Really, Jack
Kidney.
Lord?
Listen, they don't get real meat in beans. They get that. The officers get that before battle. That's it.
Goddamn. We're all eating soy.
Of course you
mean-
are.
I mean, these are beans, not soy this time. It was soy last.
Is it Soylent Green, perhaps?
No. Boone be having that much trouble if it was.
Damn it. I'm pretty sure they actually on some high worlds do feed people Soylent Green.
Of course they do. But not here.
To be fair,
I mean, this isn't a hive world after all.
If you put the spoon down, I'll eat. I
Okay.
can feed myself.
I'll set.
And yeah, I'll eat because I know that if anything, my time is almost up and I need the strength to actually do some work.
Okay.
These are pretty good beans.
The tech priest is gonna watch you eat. He's gonna pull out a date slate from his robes. He's gonna hand it to you. You have behaved well. Here is a reward.
What did he give me?
It has several medical journals he downloaded while you were in orbit of Scintilla.
Aww.
You can't do this, Chris. That's illegal.
I will check in on you during the night. Please have a good night's rest and don't fret. Skitters out.
I'm aware. I'm just gonna be silent from now on.
Slowly eating his beans. Broken by the superior iron will of Mars.
It's not superior.
So, after you're done eating, do you want to try the bloated dice again and see if you can get...
Last night, because I was having to stay up all night, has ruined my biological clock. For maximum efficiency in production in my work, I will need to force myself to sleep right.
I guess that's fair. I mean, what's a biological clock?
The natural time where you feel like sleeping and waking up.
Oh. We have those?
Yes.
You could ask for a sedative, Demi.
Example, when do you get sleepy most often?
Whenever I'm off duty. I don't know. I mean, I really lose track of time.
He's a Navy man. He sleeps when he can.
Yeah, that's fair. For most individuals, they have a set time when they're tired. Some may have it at midnight, some before, some after.
Demi, this is the Imperium. Most people he's ever met sleep when they're not on shift. The whole 5 hours they're not on shift.
That's why I'm explaining to him how people are supposed to be working.
I mean, even on an agri world, you try to save power from the reactor, so you work during the day, and then during the night you just pass the fuck out after 14 hours of hard labor.
Oh yeah, no shit. But there's still...
I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. Don't worry.
And yeah, I'll just force myself to sleep early.
Mm-hmm. Tech priest. The last thing you remember is just the sound of skittering feet. Is he asleep yet? How do you think he is doing? He seemed deeply distraught today.
He's doing better than I would have hoped. That's good.
Should I extend his medical leave, or do you think he is recovering?
He's just upset about not being able to do any work. So, I'm sure that would not help at this point.
I will discharge him, but require that he check in every 48 hours.
That's perfectly reasonable.
You or your fellows may tell him that he's free to go come morning.
Of course.
He's gonna pull out and give you the keys to the handcuffs.
I'll put them in my pocket and then nod.
Congratulations, Debbie, you survived medical leave.
Fucking worst thing ever. Honestly, this is how real soldiering goes.
Demons? Nah, fam, I'm fine. Medical leave. Ree!
Remember, kids, half the PTSD soldiers have is in the hospital.
Bedpan drops, everyone has now flashbacks. That's looking damn it. Okay. Zarkov, you're having your
Yes.
evening meal. When you see something in your food, it looks like a black and blue finger gone grey.
Okay.
It's just floating in the slop.
I've had worse.
How does he react?
I'm going to throw it in the trash and continue eating. I'm a high worlder, man. I've eaten from the garbage cans, damn it.
Okay. You know, towards the end of the meal, you catch a couple of looks from the spearfishers, and you actually see the cook nod in appreciation, like, okay, you're not a bitch. Boo.
Yes.
You have returned, had your talk with the lieutenant and commissar, and you are left to wonder. For now, you are sated. But there is some nameless horror in the depths, and I expect you to solve it.
Yeah. So I'm going to go to my fellow acolytes and explain the situation.
You find Zarkov most easily. The other two, you kind of get informed by a servitor that Kaibus is sleeping and he shouldn't be disturbed. He needs his rest. So you meet up with Zarkov after the evening meal.
Oh, hello, Esther.
Yeah, hey, so I think we might get a mission. Oh well, we actually have a mission right now to do.
Well, yes, that's why we're down here in the first place, in this
No,
godforsaken hell.
yeah, there might be something not entirely natural down there.
Me.
What tipped you
Roll
off?
initiative.
What tipped you off? The ghosts?
No, not quite that. Our spearfisher squads that we're sending down, or guardsman squad, sorry, we're sending down, are just being completely torn to shreds by something, and I think I recognize the wounds from my lone fight in the caverns.
He probably doesn't even know about that.
I was out for the entire time.
You got whacked by the thing and just went yeet,
Yeah.
right?
You still saw it, so you know.
You just saw a blur of something. It was like a swamp thing mound, as far as you could tell. That's about most that you caught of it. And it smacked you with a sword of some kind, not claws.
Yeah, I mean, it looks scary, but I mean, I'm sure it can take out a whole guard squad.
Well, it did, and in fact, it took out multiple from what the commissar told
At
me.
the same time?
Oh, not at the same time, but it seems like...
Actually, it was at the same time. There were 20 guardsmen and...
Oh, okay, so it was 2 squads, essentially.
Yeah. It did look like it might have been an ambush of some kind with a rock fall and the whole thing, but yeah, it looked like it had gone to town on them.
I really do think that just the guardsmen and everything won't be enough, and also I do believe the Inquisitor wouldn't want to really talk about this too much and have too many people know.
I mean, yeah, it's our job to stay quiet, right? That's the whole point of this.
Yes, that's why I told the commissar.
Commissar and the
that
lieutenant.
Commissar and the lieutenant, that it is just a wild beast that I saw that just kind of ran away.
After making a really creepy statement, about something down there.
I think it might cause a lot of potential trouble, and also some of the bodies definitely look burnt. And I don't know about you, but I don't think just regular living creatures can just breathe fire on things.
It's called a Flammenwerfer, you savage.
I mean, once Kybus is back, we should probably do some. We should probably talk to them as well. But I think we should probably deal with that, or at least figure out more about that.
I do agree. Those two need to know as soon as possible, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have that chat, and morning comes. Kybus wakes with no handcuffs, and his gear and guns are piled on a chair next to his bed.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That was the gun talking.
I'll get up, wash my face, get ready.
Oh, you think there's water enough to wash your face here?
Oh, yeah,
Water
no,
is
no.
strictly rationed.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Get ready. Not put my flak armor, because I'm not fully yet aware of the mission details, but just put my own personal doctor's fucking uniform over. And unless somebody stops me, I'm gonna go to work.
Pretty
might
sure
be-
Kybus stops you.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be at it like 5 minutes and like, oh fuck.
Yeah, no, a junior tech priest, like the second biologist, comes in and informs you that you have not been assigned on duty, and he is the attending doctor this day. So your services are not required, and you're encouraged to leave and let the doctor do his work.
Can you tell the doctor then? Considering I am.
The doctor is busy with the samples.
I'll go
There
find the
are
others.
there are no high priority cases currently in the hospital, and you have not been assigned this shift.
Alright then.
Let me just
It's-
role-playing at Dr. House.
I still have something that I can do. Show me how you do it, I suppose. And I'll fix the mistakes you make.
You know that's a dick move, right?
Yes, I am. But they're kind of all in the same boat.
I'm gonna grab him by the shoulder and pull him along with me to find the others.
No. It just started.
Okay. The Magos is gonna go back to his work. Mostly he's just checking dressings, making sure there's no infection setting in, pulling out stitches that have served their purpose, that kind of thing, just basic maintenance of wounds that have already been treated.
So nurses work.
Yeah, kind of. The ones that died in the latest encounter are all dead, so... and partially eaten for one
that's
of
fair.
them.
God damn, that Zinch demon really likes flesh.
Hey, you guys might have something in common.
Bless your heart, Demi.
Okay, you meet among yourselves.
So, I'm telling this to Jabotin and Kybus, obviously. We might need to go back down to the caverns again pretty soon.
Why?
Apparently, he has found some kind of horrors down there, other than what he thought.
Is this that thing you mentioned that ran away after you made the puddle a puddle?
Yeah, quite possibly.
Well, not the best thing to hear right out of bed, I suppose. Is it how deep down? Same floor as where the ghosts were, or further?
Essentially, at this point, it's at the deepest point where our guardsmen have explored fully.
Yeah, they were trying to find a way around. It was they kind of made it to like what was roughly equivalent to 10 levels down through the actual mineshaft. And they were trying to find a way to get at the hives or below them through the caverns. So they were trying to flank the whole nest of bugs.
Well, I believe that since we, I suppose, then have to continue our work and get rid of whatever is there, we should still continue to bring a squad, considering there are still most likely some of those beetle swarms left around that we may encounter during our way down. And how many men has this beast devastated?
About 20 at a time, but it did look like an ambush.
21 actually. It picked off at least one before then.
But at 20 at once.
In
least.
that case, just the four of us will need something else.
I do agree, but anyone that survives, I feel like, will not. So,
Well-
when do we head out?
We
I
should
think as soon as we
probably
can get
start.
some people rounded up, we should head out.
We should probably start by going down to where we ran into the ghost, and
breakfast.
then work our way towards where this happened. Try and trace its path.
Okay.
Have the rest of you had breakfast, first of all?
I'm not hungry.
All right. Well, since we still have food here and we will be bringing rations, best to heat here to preserve the rations.
I have a synth bar if you want it.
Yeah,
like
what bar?
A synthetic bar. Like
Oh, there you go.
Oh no!
Oh no!
some really shitty rations, but
In
Yeah.
before it spawns a demon, fucking go for it.
That's not a crit fail though,
Yep.
or a doubles.
But don't demons always push?
Depends
No,
on
they
how if they want to be truly overpowered or not.
Oh no! Those are the unsanctioned psychers that always proc that.
No,
That's
they
when
don't
they
have to
push.
be.
They don't always push though.
Yeah, they don't have to.
Fair.
they just
Bless them.
pushed that one time when we caught them because they were like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna end up dead if I don't."
That's a doubles and a crit fail.
Yeah.
Every
That's-
fucking time.
Now, does it get worse because it's two things?
It's gonna, with a crit fail that bad, it's gonna go straight into perils, is what it's gonna do.
Obviously.
Roll the 60.
Come on,
roll the
60.
60. Let's get them demons.
You're now cheering for this? Really? Jackal, or I
Yes.
delegate to you. Have fun.
Pearls, I got it open. Let's go. Jackalope. Jackalope.
By the Emperor, I curse thee.
24. That is Soul Seer. The psychic cannot use any psychic powers for the next hour and gains 2d5 corruption points.
Well, that doesn't really matter, does it?
Wow, that's actually kind of bad for that.
It's like, oh shit,
It's
I can't
beautiful.
use fire. Guess I'm gonna have to slice a bitch.
Okay, let's see how many extra arms it has, because that affects how many melee attacks it can make. Only one, so no extra there. Okay.
I love how it's ambushed. This totally failed.
Psyker still senses nothing.
Fucking psychers.
So, everyone, roll awareness at -10.
Auspex, any of that apply?
Auspex does, if you have it on and active.
I mean, yeah, if we're going down.
This is while you're still talking.
Gotcha. So,
Nice. 2 really good rolls.
Okay. Let's see. You think you hear something that doesn't fit, Esther. Kairos, you recognize the sound. It's the sound of long lasers firing.
I hear fires. I hear shots. Long glass.
Well,
Take us
fuck.
to them. Take us to them. Not right now.
Go.
What is it, Kaibas?
You're
Are
not
the
in
spear pushers in trouble?
You're not in armor, Demi.
I know.
I am.
Because I didn't have time to change, but we're rushing, so...
Mine's
Hey,
part
what
of
you
my
gonna do?
arm. My armor's just part of my uniform. I just wear it all the time.
Yeah, I'd probably... The doctor's thing... Would you actually... This is a question for you, Chris. The whole doctor thing I have, would that be my Imperial robes or something else?
If you have a uniform, it would probably be the Imperial robes.
Yeah, then I guess I'd have that on then.
So yeah, you have 1 point of armor effectively. Congratulations.
I mean, it helps against the spontaneous combustion.
So that would deal 3. The previous would deal 4. So you run to the scene along with something like 20 spearfishers converging. There's like 2 guys with heavy flamers running in, 2 more with grenade launchers just loading as they go. Let's get that fucker! And you arrive and you see a guardsman slumped against the wall, feebly raising his long glass down towards the sections that are not secured. Another one of his fellows has been clawed open and is lying dead on the ground, slumped next to the wall.
I'll approach him. What happened, son?
It came from the darkness.
What did it look like?
You just see this look of abject horror in his eyes. He's seen too much.
How much
Kybus,
did he say?
Kybus, stabilize him.
I was gonna ask how much, like, how fucked is he?
He's pretty fucked. They have like health levels on the troopers. He's taken 7 in damage, and they don't get to go into criticals because they're generics. He's half
I
step
can't
from
save
death.
him.
But yeah, you can stabilize him.
Stabilize him, yeah.
So everything applies. This is just heavy damage first aid.
Yeah, let me just, so I got a plus 40 from Medicaid and Superior Church. Actually, yeah, would this be the Medikit or the staunching blood loss, essentially, because we're trying to stabilize?
This would be medikit and using first aid. Because it's more than that. It's also shock setting in and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, you managed to stabilize him. He's not really in any state to be.
Definitely.
You hear skittering from down the corridor.
Yeah. Does he still have his long glass on him?
He does. He has it pointed. He's still trying to point it down hallway, but you could claim the one from the dead trooper.
Okay, good then.
Yeah.
Flame troopers, leave one of yourselves here. Cover this tunnel. Everyone else with me. We're gone.
We should leave some other guardsmen as well there, like 2 people with long glasses.
Fair
Just in
enough.
case.
We'll do that.
Okay, you're gonna chase it. Perfect. Then, I think that's a good place to stop this evening, where on forming a posse to hunt down a Zinch demon who had an oopsie with the warp. God fucking damn it. Yeah, no, you're so lucky. that he rolled that shit and that the trooper managed to live like that, that's just mwah.
Yeah, it is great.
God bless.
That's just blessed. That's fucking damn it.
And I got a free long glass, baby. Let's go.
Yes, you do. Enjoy. Okay. So, we're gonna say that effectively you have one full squad with you because you're splitting the forces. And not all of them would have had all their gear on, so you just take the ones that are more or less fully kitted.
Fair enough.
And the others stay to secure the area. And yeah, you're trying to catch the thing.
Alright, works for me.
Fucking let's go.
Okay. So, who should we start with? Well, Demi. Why don't we, like I said, we're gonna wrap up here, so why don't you tell me what the favorite moment was for you?
Definitely any encounter with the fucking tech priest.
Did you enjoy?
Yes.
Good.
Thoroughly enjoyed suffering. Do you want a rating of the session?
Nah, I'm pretty sure it's at about 6.5, 7. Pretty good.
Well, after doing a medical diagnosis, considering all past traumatic events included, I can, with 99.99% efficiency and percentage, declare that this session was pretty good overall.
Good. Okay, and how does Kybus feel?
Feels good to be back in action. Or just doing something.
I love that I was able to hurt Demi's soul at least a little. Just by making his character have a fucking moment like that. God damn it. So cursed, yet so blessed. Jackalor, what was your favorite moment, if any?
Honestly, I did like both with Kybus and the Magos, biologists or whatever.
Okay.
This was a pretty relaxed session overall, so nice break from the constant fighting.
Boo was hunting man in the mountain jungles.
Look, that counts as a break from the fighting because he was just hunting for relaxation.
Demi was held prisoner and drugged against his will. You went out into radioactive fallout to recover vital medical supplies.
Bill got yeeted out of our bed also.
Also, the whole shooting up the entire med bay.
Yeah,
That
someone
too.
went crazy and shot up the med bay.
This was actually more combat heavy than our last encounter. Actually, it was. More people were involved.
Like what, a total of 40 spearfishers are dead. At least 30 of them this session. 42 now. I think it's 42. Yeah, because Boo chased one into the tunnels and he's dead, you can bet your ass, so... You find him 3 months later, he's been feeding off of fungus that is completely crazy.
I mean, there's nothing bad with eating him down, right? No one would mind him gone.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
What? There's nothing wrong with eating radioactive fungus? Yeah, sure. Keep telling yourself that.
As long as it's not poisonous.
Okay, and how does Zarkov feel?
He feels reinvigorated and ready to take on the world.
Okay, Adolphus.
9 out of 10. Great session.
Okay. Any favorite moments?
Um, I have to say I have two. One was Boo cutting off people's hands and feet to snack on later. And two was everything with the Magos.
I'm gonna have to make him a sheet now.
Yeah, you really do.
Yeah.
The one NPC of this mission. We had our roll off.
Sure, we'll make the Magos an NPC.
I swear to God, if you give him the superior Chirurgeon talent, I'm revolted.
I'm not just gonna give him a bunch of lores, including ones on Xenos.
And cow fertility.
I'm gonna give him beasts, yeah. I'm gonna give him 3 ticks of trade agri.
That'd be great.
Well, at least 8 tick, because he's done that for a while, apparently.
Apparently, yeah.
Okay.
You see,
And how does Jubatan feel about the happenings?
Well, shit.
Okay, fair enough. Boo!
Hello.
What was your favorite moment?
Well, definitely the Cartoon Network feel I got from essentially just trying to fucking satiate my hunger, but getting just ever so close, and every single time it's like, yeah, no.
You're really not built for sneaking around.
Yeah, really fucking not. And as to what Esther's thinking, to be honest, what the fuck will happen when I get back to the Hammer of Light? Because, like, we're gonna have to report to the Inquisitor, obviously, and slightly more mutated than last time.
You're more mutated and you have a lot more corruption. When corruption gets bad enough, psychers can start to pick up on that.
Yes, I know exactly. So, what Esther's thinking, like, I need to prove my loyalty to the Empress.
You
Let's find out.
You have attempted murder and technically succeeded at least once.
Yeah, but no one knows that.
You think
Mutations can be picked up. The only one that knows that is me.
See, if he starts suspecting you, it gets fucky. Because I think we might have given him... I don't think we actually... Yeah, we didn't take up what he was doing before, but we were considering putting him towards telepathic advances. And those can... Like, the very first one is the ability to read minds.
Ah, wonderful.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how do you feel about the session overall?
It's fucking brilliant.
Okay.
To be honest.
Didn't even go back to the caverns.
Alright.
Blessed. Truly fucking blessed.
We'll have to go back there later. Don't worry about it.
You have about an hour before the demon can use psychic powers again.
yeah. So we're gonna be in melee, boys. Wait. Oh, I just realized something. That is so good. We don't have to encounter Flame Shield, guys.
Yep. At least if we catch it in time.
I spent all the fate points.
See, the problem is these fuckers have 58 agility. So,
58, you won't save them from dual
And we have
with
and
power
we have
swords.
the problem is that you effectively have to corner it in order to bring it to a fight in an hour. Which means that it's gonna be like navigate surface rolls.
I have navigate surface and I have the watch
I have-
thing.
Yeah, no, the
Yeah, I
watch
have
and the
navigate
navigate surface, those help. I'm just saying it's gonna be a hard roll. Like the base is gonna be something like -20, -30.
just a question. The navigate roll, would it be perception based or intelligence based?
Intelligence, most likely. So
We got it. We got something, boys.
Yeah, like working together, you can probably manage, but yeah, it's hard. There's a lot of tunnels, and it's slightly faster than you, so it's you kind of have to maneuver it and get it into a corner where you can sort of box it in an hour, no less. Honestly, this might be more than -30. This is extremely difficult if you want to do it that quickly.
We got stuff. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. And if you manage to bring it to bay that quickly at a horrendously impossible roll, I will let you slaughter it like the helpless little bird baby that it currently is.
Yes. But remember, though, we also have a 5% chance to technically crit. Will it happen? Probably not.
I mean, if we spend the fate point to gain +10 on the roll, we
You
can
know, I
probably
will
get it.
tell you how this is gonna go. You will succeed at it. You will corner it. You will bring it to bay, and then everyone, including all the spearfishers, will fail the fear roll and go running.
Well, yeah, so basically.
Yeah, that's gonna happen to all of us, Lamau. But there is one thing, though. By the way, when Jackler is assisting the rolls, right? Do we get any additional bonus? Because he does have the +20 from Hive Mind.
That
Hive mind?
Not Hive Mind, Hive World.
No, that helps him if he's rolling, because
Yeah,
he has a
it makes
natural.
me have 46 rather than a 26.
Like, he's been maneuvering through underground complexes effectively like this his entire life, whereas you are just, highly intelligent and good at visualizing it.
Got it. But we have... You two are good at the navigate surface, right?
Oh,
I'm
only
good
one
at
more
it.
tick.
I've only got the one tick, but
No. That's Gucci. So that's +20. And... Okay. And how much would the compass help?
Well, previously we gave you a +30. I might give you a +40 for this, simply because there's also a old map in there, but I'll think about it. Either way, worst case, with all of your bonuses, you're gonna be rolling at like -10 if I choose to make the base -60. So
Yeah, that's
even
40% chance.
Yeah, so even if it's absolutely horrible, it's a non-zero chance to just fuck this guy over completely.
Nice.
And again, we can. If you have the fate point to spare, you could just spend one to get a +10 as well.
I have one fate point, Jackal.
Oof.
Another
join the
thing
club.
that you are forgetting, I'm pretty like, this was definitely a thing in first edition. I'm pretty sure that you can spend a fate point in second edition as well to automatically get a 10 on an initiative roll. Which you
also
That's what I'm saving. Well, be saving
So-
my.
do not forget that the watch gives you a bonus fate point, so
Oh
you
yeah,
could
if
use
we-
that for
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
That would be nice.
Yes, it is lucky. And it's vanishing, which is why I haven't made you roll to hide it from the tech priest as long as you're not obvious about using it in their presence.
We got this, boy. We got this.
What do you mean, you hid Archaeotech? You heretic!
Well, it's time to kill everyone.
I mean,
And so I started blasting.
this planet is a good ways towards killing the company you brought down, so... Okay, well, I guess I will see some of you Sunday and the rest of you in a week. Say goodbye,
Yeah.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.